Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Sarah, and today we are going to be diving into Stardew Valley, which has recently had a couple of updates to it in the past month or so. And we're going to be checking all that out and starting a brand new game from scratch. So, for those of you that don't know, I know there's already a Stardew Valley stream on this channel, but we never know when we might be getting new people in. Stardew Valley is like it's kind of a social simulation game, a farming game, inventory management heavy. It's really fun. And you'll see here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and start a new game. Let's go ahead and pop my name in here. And what do we name the farm? Here. Why not? All right, and as I am a cat person, I'm going to choose cat, even though I do love a doggo. Gonna pick to be a lady. And let's go ahead and just yeah, you can randomize, well, not randomize, but you can click through all these different options. I'm just kind of go a little standard here. Yeah, skull shirt. I don't need a beard. No, I really don't need a beard. Okay, let's do a bun. Just whatever. Okay, I think we can start now. You know what? Just for giggles. I'm gonna have blue hair, just because I always have blue hair when I can choose that in video games. Okay, so let's pick a farm now. Now, this is something that they've added to the new experience. So you can start with your standard farm, which is kind of the vanilla Stardew Valley experience. You have a Riverland farm if you're real into fishing, which I'm kind of not. The forest farm might be the one that I do. There's also a hilltop farm with a lot of rocky terrain and a lot of mineral deposits, and then the wilderness farm. Now, this one's kind of fun. I'm in the middle of a game. I just started my second year on this farm. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a forest farm, just because I haven't seen that one yet. This one's cute. It's got a really interesting layout, and there's monsters that come out after dark. So you can kill them and get monster loot, which tends to be pretty valuable. Okay, so let's get going. I'm not going to skip the intro for those of you that have not seen it yet. It is kind of sad, though, fair warning. Yes. I get a sealed envelope. Okay. There it is. Yeah, don't open it yet. Hurry up, Grandpa. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. Ain't that the truth? And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. Yeah, that sounds about right. When that happens, my dear, you'll be ready for this gift. Given to you by Grandpa on a lumpy cot. Come on now. Alright, Grandpa's resting. You know. Quote bunnies, resting. Alright, and here we are at the Joja Corporation. Our little cubicles. Wow. A pervy pillhead cowboy, apparently. And then me. Yep, cubicle life is sad. The envelope. If you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy. Dumpster Fire Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's a perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the old guy for me, will ya? Sure. Alright. So we have opened Lumpy Grandpa's letter, got the deed to the farm, and now we're on a little rectangle heading to Stardew Valley. My God, this intro takes its time. I'm excited to see this new farm. I've never seen this layout before, I don't think. Yep, that's me. Groovy. What up, Robin? Alright, so we get off the bus and head to our new house. Wow, it's a mess. Ah, glorious dumpster fire farm. Word, okay. Here we go, new house. And there's Lewis. Old Lumpy says hi. I don't care if there's no farming space on this one. I'm in it for the delicious lumber. There we go. It's a big deal. Yay, I'm here. Yep. It sure is rustic. Crusty, sure. That too. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. You can't upgrade your house from this lady. That is true. It'll be a while before I can do that, though, because you need lots of money. Alright. So first order of business is to go around introducing yourself to folks. Okay, he's referring to this thing over here. It's like a little crate that you toss stuff into that you're selling, and he gives you the money overnight. Okay. Fair warning, I do try to run a fairly family-friendly stream, but I have been known to say cuss words, and especially in the heat of particular moments. So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance for that, because, you know, you never know what's gonna pop out of my big dumb mouth. So anyway, here I am in the house, little box right here. I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, open that with a thing. There we go. Alright, so it seems to be some seeds. Excellent. This little exclamation tab right here is your journal that tells you what quests you currently have cooking. So my first order of business is to cultivate and harvest a parsnip and greet the townspeople. Which, just so you know, I've played through this game multiple times. I have one game where I'm on like the 6th year. So I kind of know my way around at this point, so this might be a helpful stream for beginners that are just trying to learn the ropes. So anyway, if you come up to this TV and click on it, it gives you some options, different TV shows you can watch. Living Off the Land is something that comes on sporadically, usually when it's time for like a seasonal tip or something. Like here, this one's telling you to chop wood and look for wild forage to get some cash. That is some good advice, and I'll show you how to do that. The fortune teller is an interesting little thing. Shard of knowledge from the future. Oh, okay, spirits are grumpy. Now, the fortune teller the spirits, quote unquote, dictate how lucky your day is going to be. So if I was to go, say, mining today or fishing today or doing anything, any kind of harvesting, if the spirits were pleased today, I would have much better luck and get better quality products and more of them. As it is today, the spirits are displeased, but that's fine because I'm not really doing anything major yet. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on basically every day to kind of tell us how we need to go about our day. Check the weather report. It always gives the forecast for the next day when it's going to rain all day tomorrow, which is awesome because we're going to need that rain to water our crops that we're about to plant. So I'm real picky about how I organize my stuff in my inventory, so let me go ahead and set that up in my weird, peculiar way. Okay. So, take a scythe, and you can start chopping down all this nonsense hanging out down here. Because what you want to do, at least at first, is have a little garden patch that's pretty close to your home. You don't want to, like, run to the other side of the map and start planting over here or anything. Alright, so I'm clearing out all this stuff. Got some miscellany laying on the ground. I have a pickaxe that I can clear up the rocks with. And, of course, an axe that I can clear out all these logs with. Okay, so there I have a nice little clean plot of land. Note, I can only till and plant on this kind of yellowy area here. Anything in the green, you're not going to be able to plant on. Anyway, so let me go ahead and I have 15 seeds. Let's see, so I'm going to do 3 rows of 5. Just kind of prepare that for planting. And then here's my parsnip seeds. So I'm going to kind of scroll down to those. And just plant them all in this little area. Now, whenever you plant seeds, you're going to want to water them. You have to water them every single day until they reach maturity and you can harvest them. Now, you'll notice that while I'm doing this, there's a little bar down here, 198 out of 270. This is my energy bar. And for every action I perform, like watering, tilling, clearing stuff, that kind of thing, this goes down. And if it hits 0, I get really, really sluggish and your movement slows to a crawl. So you really don't want to do that. This game is really all about time management and inventory management. So that said, let's just take a quick little walk around this farm and see what we've got here. I'm going to get my scythe out so I can clear a path. Alright, and you can walk behind the trees and stuff like that. Okay, so up here we've got like a little food bowl. This is where my future cat's going to live because you do get a pet eventually. Let's see. You have a little cave on your property over here. We'll go check that out in a second. But up here there's a path that leads out of your farm. And this old dilapidated building over here comes into play a little later. We'll get to that. Alright, let's see this cave. Nothing in there just yet, but that'll also get a little interesting down the road. Okay, so over here it really doesn't look like Jason said, we don't have much farming space here, but the good news is there's plenty of good places for, forest. And you're always going to need lumber, wood for various projects, and various crafting recipes. There's a lot of crafting to this game. Alright, so continuing to look around. Got some more little space over this way. All of this, these logs and these stumps are made of hardwood, and with my current axe, you'll see my axe isn't strong enough to break this stump, or this log. And my pickaxe will not be strong enough to break these giant boulders. So, obviously you're going to be able to upgrade your gear as you advance through the game. Alright, got a little pond down here. A couple of little ponds. and then another path that leads out of the farm. Yeah, so this just goes down to the area down this way is like a forest. It stretches for quite a while. Over here is a farm where a lady sells farm animals. Once you have buildings built like coops and barns and stuff like that, you can buy animals from her. She's not home right now. Got a little resident living down here. And every now and then you'll see stuff like this laying around. I just picked up a wild horseradish. That's called foraging. Oh, there she goes. This is Marnie. She's the lady that runs the little farm up here. So let me talk to her real quick and introduce myself. Hello, Marnie. Yep, sells livestock and animal care products. Cool. Keep going into town. So this is the Stardew Valley town. If it's daytime, you can pretty much go into anybody's house and just talk to them. So let me introduce myself to everybody in here. There's Jody, who is a stay-at-home mom. Quiet little town, so it's very exciting when someone moves in. Having a farmer around could really change things. Yep, soon you'll be asking me to do all of your chores. And there's this little kid, Vincent. Whatever. Anybody else home? No. Now, you'll see that there's all these different bedrooms and stuff in the house. You can't go into the different bedrooms unless you've become friends with the people that the bedrooms belong to. And sometimes there'll be neat stuff, you know, little secrets in their bedrooms that are really interesting. The way that you become friends with people is giving them gifts. So, for instance, this is Emily. Emily's pretty cool. She's like a little free spirit hippie chick. She works at the saloon in town. I'm just going to give her a little gift, see how she likes it, see how she appreciates this horseradish. So yeah. So she accepted that gift from me. It didn't make her upset or anything. You kind of have to go through trial and error to see what the different people enjoy receiving as gifts. Because if you give them something they don't like, it'll upset them, and that will damage your little friendship that you have going on. So here's little Evelyn. She's the grandma. She's real sweet. So Jody came up here to talk to her friend Caroline, whose husband runs the general store. And she has kind of a gothy daughter named Abigail. Little guy over here. This is Harvey. He's the town doctor. And he's the guy that you wind up seeing if you fall in battle or get too exhausted and pass out, that kind of thing. His little hospital is right here, and it has very limited hours. You can go in there later on in the game and buy medicine to help keep your energy and health bar up. Health bar comes into play later. And let's see here. This is the general store, Pierre's. And there's a little bulletin board outside of it. And you can kind of keep track of where you are in the year here, as well as different people's birthdays and town festival days. So on the 13th we have the Egg Festival, and then the 24th is the Flower Dance. And those are just little events that you get to go participate in with the other townspeople. So you'll notice that the mayor, Lewis, his birthday is on Sunday, so we might start thinking about something to give him for his birthday. So let's go on into the store. Here's Leah. She is the girl that lives in the little greenhouse by the farm in the woods. And here's Pierre. This is where you buy all of your supplies for your home, or most of them. This is where you can get all of your seeds to plant. So we have $500. Let's go ahead and figure out what would be the best thing to buy right now with our limited budget. As I'm scrolling through here, you can see there's all kinds of goods for sale other than seeds. You have grass starters, which will come in handy once we have livestock. You plant the grass on the ground, and then the livestock can eat that, and it'll kind of grow and expand the grassy area, and then there will be food for your animals that you don't have to go buy. which is nice. Sugar, wheat flour, rice oil, and vinegar are all things that once you start learning cooking, you're going to need some of those. But that doesn't come into play for a little while yet. Every day there's a different selection of wallpaper and flooring that you can buy and put in your house to kind of customize it a little bit. One of the things they added in the recent not expansions, but I guess updates, is this catalog, which you'll have to save up quite a bit for, obviously, but it provides unlimited access to all the wallpapers and floors available in the game, so you can redecorate your little house whenever you want to, if you're into that kind of thing. Then you have all these different fruit trees. I'm kind of scrolling fast, but obviously they're expensive, but also they're very lucrative. The only problem being is that it takes a long time for a tree to mature, and certain trees are only harvestable in certain seasons. So we're just going to go ahead and for the whole first year of this game, we're going to ignore the trees, and that's something we can focus on doing in the second year. You have 4 seasons, each of which are like 28 days long. So it goes pretty fast. Anywho, so let's go back and look at these seeds. Now, an important thing to note is that seeds take different amounts of time to mature. So the parsnips I planted should be ready on the 4th or 5th. I don't remember how that goes if you wait a day after planting. But you have green beans that take 10 days to mature. The good thing about those is once you harvest them, they stay there so that they keep producing beans throughout the whole season. Potatoes are the same. No, they're not. Potatoes can yield multiple potatoes per harvest, so that's another, good money maker, because you get more than one most of the time when you harvest it. Cauliflower takes 12 days, but is actually sells for a lot of money. Kale takes 6 days. You need the scythe to harvest it when it matures. Tulips, you can plant those. They actually make really nice gifts for people later on in the season, but right now we're going to focus on just farming vegetables because they're the big money maker. Okay, and jazz seeds are another kind of flower. So right now, let's go ahead and grab some beans, because those are going to be something that after 10 days will keep producing. So that is pretty cost effective. Let's get about 5 beans. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this clay. There's a little garbage can down here that you can just chuck stuff in if you don't want to keep it in your inventory. If you throw it, you can throw it like this, but you can always just pick it back up if you do that. So, anyway, let's get 200 bucks left. Let's get 4 potato seeds. Okay. Now you'll notice that during the course of my harvesting, or not harvesting, but taking the scythe to all those bushes and stuff, I've collected fiber, and every now and then it would drop some seeds. Just random seeds, you don't know what they are. So those are really nice to be able to plant on your farm. They're kind of like a little freebie that you can make money off of. I'll come back for that in a minute. But yeah, you always want to keep an eye out for stuff that you can harvest up off the ground. So I'm going to come over here and let's make another little row for our green beans. Oops. And I'll just pop those right in there. They grow on a little trellis here, so I can't walk through that, which means that I need to leave space around them. You have to plant these in rows so that you can actually get to them to harvest. Okay, let me kind of clear out a little more down here. The sooner you get started planting stuff, the better, obviously, because at the end of every season, your remaining plants die. So you want to get as much planted as soon as possible to kind of maximize on your time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pop in these 5 random seeds. And why not just over them? Because I will be able to walk through the potatoes to get to the green beans. Go ahead and plant those there. And then water everything up. And tomorrow morning I should have some nice little shoots starting. Okay. Now you'll notice that there's three in my inventory, three different rows of inventory space, but these two here are locked. So you start the game with a really, really limited inventory, and it fills up really fast. So what we want to do to kind of fix that problem is I'm going to start harvesting trees. Now with this weak starting axe, it takes forever to chop down a tree. But for each tree, you get about 20 pieces of wood. Each of these little branches on the ground is worth 1. But we're going to want to chop down a couple of trees. Notice that my energy bar is getting into the red. So I'm not going to be able to do much more of this, but I've about got what I need. My goal right now is to get 50 pieces of wood. Because now I want to show you a different aspect that we can do, which is crafting. Okay, so we go to our inventory screen and there's all these different tabs up here. Let's go through those real quick. Pardon me, real quick, just for any beginners that may be tuned in. So, the first one, of course, is your inventory. Then you have your little skill profile, which shows you on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are with your farming, your mining, your foraging, fishing, and combat. The bottom two we're not going to be able to do just yet, but we'll get into that shortly. The wallet is interesting. You gain little like permanent perks throughout the game that wind up here in this wallet. So we'll just see about that later. Next one is our social tab. This shows the people that live in town that we've met. The people with question marks are people we haven't come across yet, so we still need to meet these guys. But there's 3 columns. There's the name, some little hearts, and then this row with little presents and checkboxes. You can only give a person 2 presents per week. Okay, so I've already given Emily a present this week. I can give her another one, and then after that she's done. Gradually, as I learn the things that Emily likes, and I give her those gifts, these little heart meters will start filling up. And the better friends you are with somebody, the more benefits you get to that. For instance, they will start sending you gifts in the mail. They will send you recipes. They will ask you for favors, like little quests that you could do, and they give you quest rewards. So it's really good to, whenever you can, just hand somebody a present and get to be friends with them. Alright, so obviously I still have a lot of people to introduce myself to, but it is getting late in the day, so we might save that for tomorrow. Anywho, the next tab is the map. This kind of shows the layout of the whole game. It's, it's not huge, but it's pretty sizable, and there's plenty to do. So this little square right here is our farm. Down here is the woods, and Marnie's farm that we saw earlier. There's a lake in the woods, there's a wizard's tower, lots of cool stuff that we can check out later. Here's the layout of the town. You can kind of mouse over the different little buildings and it'll tell you who lives there and what their operating hours are, like what day or what times of the day their home is unlocked, so you can go talk to them. Got the bus stop here, little park, little park north of town. There's a community center that we need to visit. There is a train station up here, which hasn't been unlocked yet. Oops, that was a little spoiler, sorry. This is where Robin, the carpenter, lives with her family. There's a mine up here. Great big corporate grocery store, a blacksmith, and a museum and library. We also have a beach and a fishing shop. Okay, so there we go. That is the town layout as we know so far. Next, let's look at crafting. So, as you learn crafting recipes, this little area will fill up with different items that you can craft. If they're grayed out, you won't be able to craft that. If they're full color like this, you can click on it and that will craft something if you have all of the ingredients in your inventory. So I wanted to build a treasure chest. Let me go ahead and click on that and it will give me a treasure chest and take away 50 pieces of wood. Cool. Okay, so got my chest. Moving on. Collections. This is literally every item in the game that you can collect and or sell. So this is everything that you can grow and farm and forage. This is every fish in the game that you can catch. Different artifacts that you can find, dig up, unearth, whatever. Minerals that you find mining. Cooking recipes that you can complete. And achievements, which some of them tell you what you need to do to accomplish those. There's also a bunch of hidden ones that don't show up here. Then you have your standard options. You can mess with your sound and whatnot. Whatever. And of course your exit. Okay. So, we've got a little while yet before nighttime. Let's kind of... first, let me go put this treasure chest down, put some stuff up. Go back in the house. And what I like to do, I'm real particular about how I do things because I'm all about efficiency and doing things as fast as possible. So I put my treasure chest right inside the front door. I'm going to open that up and I have all this storage space. So I'm going to chunk all this stuff that I've already picked up in there because these are all things that I'm going to want in quantity later. So, got some storage, freed up some inventory space. Let's go grab that flower that was sitting over here. Oops, let's not run into a wall either. Okay, so you see these little squiggly, wormy things coming out of the ground. That indicates that if you use your hoe and dig there, you will get some kind of item. Now, I just found a little piece of copper, and if I get more of those, I'll be able to craft them into an ingot of copper once I have a little furnace that I can do that with. So yes, eventually you'll be able to craft a furnace and then start smelting stuff in it. Now, since it's 8:30, most of the stores and everything are closed at this point. And people's houses are starting to lock up. So I'm just going to, just so you know, you can totally go through people's garbage cans. And sometimes there's really cool stuff in there. However, if anybody catches you going through their garbage cans, they're going to be like, "Ooh, what the hell are you doing?" And it will make your friendship with them suffer to some extent. So anyway, this is the saloon, Star Drop Saloon. This is the proprietor, Gus. Let's go talk to Gus. And this guy is really nice, and you can buy food from him if you come to this little register. Now, he has little, standard selection of food. He has a special every day. Today it's the Autumn's Bounty. Notice that it has some little buffs that it gives you, +2 to your foraging or +2 to your defense. And it's also really expensive, so we wouldn't be able to afford that for some time. But this is a great place to come if you just need some food to pick up your energy or your health meter, or you just need a little boost to your skills. He also sells recipes. You can go through and buy all those if you have the money. But of course, you need a kitchen in your house before you can cook, so that will require an upgrade to the house. And we'll get into that probably on the next day. So anyway, there's Gus. Let's talk to this lady. This is Pam. Pam is basically the town alcoholic. This guy is Clint. He is the town blacksmith. He's kind of shy and awkward. This guy is Shane, and he is a total a-hole. He's like, "Why are you talking to me?" And I'm like, "Because I have to. It is my first quest. Suck it, nerd." Oh, and you know what? While we're here, I happen to know that my friend Pam here likes daffodils. So I get to give her a present and she's happy. I would give a daffodil to Clint, but apparently they make him depressed, which is something I know from previous playthroughs. You can go to the saloon and have a spa day. And by spa, I mean spaghetti. Actually, yes, Shane, that character is a real turd at first, but it's real easy to make him like you. He's not all that difficult to win over. You just have to grow specific things that he's real into and just hand him a bunch of those. He's real into hot peppers. Okay, so you know what? Let's come up here, turn on the fireplace so we have a little light in the house. I'm going to just toss this copper ore in here, and then I'm going to go to bed because there's really not much else I can do with this little energy. Just so you know, every night at around midnight, it'll say, oh, it's getting late, you know, you probably should start turning in soon. But if it gets to 1 o'clock in the morning and you haven't wrapped it up and gone to bed, you'll probably suffer in the morning from a lack of energy. It'll probably be somewhat reduced instead of full, like when you get a good night's sleep. So you definitely want to keep an eye on the time and go to bed at a reasonable hour because, for God's sake, you're a farmer. You need to get up with the chickens. So, anyway, I picked up that little daffodil and a couple of dandelions that I saw lying around and was able to put those in my little crate and sell them overnight for 110 gold. So now I've got a little more walking around money. Yeah, no matter what time you go to bed, you will wake up at 6 a.m., so you might as well make sure you get a good night's rest. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the future. I think we might have good luck if we try to go foraging today, because the spirits are in good humor. That's a good sign. And the weather today is going, or I'm sorry, tomorrow is going to rain. So we'll come out here. Oh, there's Clint. Real awkward. Yeah, there's that furnace I was referring to earlier. Ah, my man. Alright, so we just learned how to craft a furnace. And once again, that does allow you to smelt metal bars and do some other interesting things every now and then. Yeah. Okay, so he can upgrade the tools over at the blacksmith shop. So what we're trying to get is 5 bars smelted, and then we can upgrade. Oh, we've got an ad in the mail. I keep finding cool stuff, but my backpack is full. Does this sound like you? Well, Pierre's has got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out your affordable size 24 backpack. See you soon! Except for soon will be in a while because, my God, that thing is expensive. Some more mail. Hello there, just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you. Willy. Got some Willy for me. Okay. Well, I guess we'll head down there next. Let's go ahead and get our watering everything out of the way first. Alright, parsnips are watered. Once again, notice on your little watering can that when you water, the amount of water goes down. Imagine that. So when your water gets low, you're going to want to come over to one of these little ponds and just fill it right back up. Now I'm going to go back in my house because check this out. I don't really need to carry this around all day, so I'm going to chunk that in there. Don't need this either, so I'm going to toss that also. Now I've got a couple more inventory slots that I can work with, collect more stuff, and sell it to make more money. I just like to get a little look around here to make sure there's nothing to forage. Now we can kind of explore the town a little bit more. So far we've covered the 2 homes down here in the corner. Let's head over this way. So we've got little sewer access, which is locked to me right now, so I'm not even going to go bother to look at it. Little graveyard. Old faded markers. Aw, beloved Mona. And some nonsense. I did pick a specialized farm, and in the end, I actually went with the forest farm this time. My current playthrough that I'm doing personally, not for this stream, I did the spooky farm, the one that has the monsters come out at night. And that one's been real interesting so far, but I just wanted to try something different. Because one of the things that I noticed is that it seems like it takes a really long time for trees to grow. So I'm trying to get a place that has more trees so that I can upgrade things faster that require lots of lumber and wood. So the forest one so far has been really nice. I don't know why I was up there doing that. Anyway, so there's this little park over here. Sometimes you'll find people just chilling or little kids playing or something. All these areas are good places to find forage. Get some daffodils. This building up here is the Pelican Town Community Center. Now, it's locked, and it's all dilapidated and gross looking. So, I bet something will happen with that later on. I suppose. Okay, so the people whose garbage I went through. This is where the grandma, Evelyn, lives. And this is her husband, George, who is kind of grumpy. But he's actually okay once you get to know him. He just kind of sits there all day watching TV and grumping about stuff. So, her name is Evelyn, right? Yeah. She's like, yeah, don't mind George, he's grumpy. This is their grandson, Alex. He's kind of the jock of the town. This little trailer over here is where Pam and her daughter live, so let's just say hi to Pam. Yeah, she doesn't want me snooping, whatever. Not much to snoop in there. This nice little house over here is Lewis's. The mayor's estate. Say hi to him today. First night was good, thank you. And now if we cross this little bridge and come down here, we're at the beach. And this must be our friend Willie who sent us. There we go. Good to meet you, Willie. Seriously. George is so grumpy that they had to, like, bring the TV to him instead of him actually going and sitting in front of the TV. Like, nope. Bring it to me. Sorry, I just skipped a lot of that dialogue, but what he was doing was giving me a fishing rod. So I've now got a bamboo fishing pole. Good water in the valley. And his shop is open. If it smells, it sells. So this is the guy that you can sell fish to if you want to get the money for it immediately and not stick it in the little bin and wait overnight to profit from it. So, I'm going to move this because I'm weird like that. Fishing is an interesting thing. It's basically like every Japanese fishing simulator in every game. You cast, you wait for something to bite, and then this little interesting mini game, you have to either click, or I think the C button also moves this little bar, but you keep the green bar behind the fish while it flops around, and that's how you reel it in. Took me a minute to get the hang of it back when I first started playing this, but it's easy. So I've caught myself a sunfish out of the ocean somehow. That's a river fish, but okay. And sometimes I get really impatient with this and decide it's not worth it and just move on. But the beach is a really cool place. There's all these little docks that you can go fishing off of. There's this interesting rock out here that obviously has some deep water around it that I like to go fishing in sometimes. You'll notice that with my current rod, though, I can't even cast it far enough out there, to really do anything. But you upgrade it, you get different fishing rods, and they're able to reach further and, reel in bigger catches. Get my hoe out. Grab up some rocks. This dude is Elliot. He lives in this cabin up here. He's kind of a pretentious douche, but, you know. He's a writer, so I guess that shoe kind of fits. No offense to any writers listening. Alright. So what I just dug up was a book. Let me come over here and show you what that's about. So on this side of this river, got this little, that's an ice cream stand that's open in the summertime. But this first building we come across is the Stardew Valley Museum. This guy is Gunther. And he looks like a musketeer. But he is the guy that if you find treasures during the course of your adventures, you can donate them to the museum. And if you bring them up to him, he gives you the option to place these items on these display tables in this area. And it's really neat. You can like arrange your own little displays and stuff, and it can be really fun, and it's fun to go look at all the stuff you've collected and learn about it and everything. So we'll get to that point eventually. These little book icons, however, are for the books that I dig up out of the ground. And they will give you tips, such as on farming, like this. Use a fertilizer to improve quality, reduce workload, or hasten crop growth. We'll get into that eventually. We already explained fruit trees, the crops that die when the season ends, except for stuff like corn. Corn will last through 2 seasons, or summer and fall. And kale and wheat need to be harvested with a scythe. Okay, good to know. This other little book... Oops. How do I get there? I'm trying to click on it and... Oh, well. We'll come back to that later. But it just gives you information, little hints and tips and little fun stories and stuff like that. Just some flavor text. Alright, here is Clint's blacksmith studio. And what he does here, you can shop and buy ores, which is never, ever, ever the cost-effective way to do it, so don't do that if you can help it. And he also can upgrade your tools. So if I was to bring him 5 copper bars and 2,000 gold, he would upgrade my different equipment. Now, the problem with that, and the reason that you have to plan ahead for this, is because once you hand him your tool to upgrade, it will take the rest of that day and the next day for him to upgrade it. So you have to make sure that you can get away with being without that particular tool for at least 2 days. It makes it a little tricky to upgrade the watering can. You kind of have to wait for rainy days, which is why it's important to keep an eye on your weather channel. So yeah, there you go. That's what he does. Also, sometimes when you're busting up rocks and stuff with your pickaxe, stuff will pop out of them that aren't rocks, such as ores, pieces of coal, and sometimes geodes. And the geodes you can take down there to Clint, and for 25 gold a pop, he will pop them open, and they'll have something inside of them. Sometimes that'll be like a gemstone, sometimes it'll be some more ores, sometimes it'll be a weird artifact, like from ancient civilizations. So it's really a neat little thing that you can do, and then you can sell Clint your gemstones and whatnot, and make a lot of money that way. So it's another little lucrative side project that makes mining a lot of fun. I'm just going to walk back here to the farm real quick. Toss a couple of things in here. This mussel and this oyster. Pardon. Ooh. Once again, I've tried to inhale coffee. Probably not a good idea. Ooh, coffee is not for the lungs. Alright, so I've just come up this little side path, and what this does up to the north of the farm, is take you up a mountain. And if I was to go down this little path right here, it would come out right next to that community center. So let's go in here and see who's around. And it looks like nobody. Okay. Anyway, this is where the carpenter lady works, Robin. This is where you can come and order house upgrades. This is where you can come and get her to build you a chicken coop and a barn, or any kind of farming structure that you're going to need. Now, first, you're going to need a lot of money, A, and B, you're going to need a lot of materials, because she does make you use your own materials. Oh, let's go meet him. Here's Demetrius. He's the scientist of town. And he studies in that little laboratory area that we saw inside this house. He's pretty cool. Over here we have the mountain lake. It has a couple of little cute islands on it that are fun to fish off of. Which I'm not going to do just yet because I just saw something else I want to show you. Alright, you see that bubbling up here? That is a good fishing spot. Oh, and of course my pole can't reach all the way out there, but just keep an eye out for those. Those are going to be areas where the fish bite, in higher volume. Maybe better quality fish show up there. Maybe rare fish show up there. So it's a good place to, stop and do a little fishing whenever you see one of those little bubbly spots. Oop. Fishing gets a little easier as you level it up. I think when you gain a level in fishing, the little green bar behind the fish gets a little bigger, and therefore a little easier to, keep centered behind the fish. Oh. And yeah, there is a little bridge up here, but notice there's a little fella over here trying to knock a boulder out of the way. So obviously that area is closed off to us for the time being. Oh, here's a guy we haven't met yet. This is Sebastian. And he is Robin's son. And he's a little pissy goth, which I really love. He's one of my favorite characters. He's all gloomy and works in his basement on his computer all the time. And I identify with that real hard. So, up here, you notice the sign points up to a railroad, but there's rocks blocking the way. I bet something can happen to clear those rocks eventually, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so there she goes back home. Let me take a look at my my little social list here and see who I haven't met. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I did meet him. What the heck, game? Oh well. Her, him, those guys, and these dudes. Okay, well, whatever. I know where one of them is, at least. Alright. So, up here at the very top of this mountain lives another guy I really identify with. His name is Linus. He lives out here alone in a tent. He's like a little hobo character. He doesn't really trust people, so it takes him a while to warm up to you, but, it's real easy to give him gifts because he's very appreciative for everything, and he's just a pretty cool little guy. Plus, I always love an underdog, so I always go out of my way to be nice to him because it seems like the town people are afraid of him. So anyway, it's getting dark again, so let's kind of come back here and do a little more straightening up around the farm before going to bed. Now, you see how fast the days kind of progress here in Stardew Valley. It's what keeps the game kind of, I don't know, fresh, keeps it from getting too boring. It's pretty well paced, is I guess what I'm getting at. Now, anytime I have some spare time and some spare energy, at least for the first week of this game, I'm going to be chopping down some trees and just gathering up wood, because lots and lots of wood is going to come very much in handy shortly. Don't forget, once you've chopped down your tree, go ahead and chop down the stump too, because the stump will also give wood. Alright, I'll come back to that with the scythe later. And let's come over here and sell some stuff before we go to bed. Like this chub, apparently. Okay. So I'm going to come in here, do my nighttime routine of dumping everything that I've collected into this treasure chest. I'm going to get out my watering can because I'm going to need that first thing in the morning. Might as well get that out too. You might wonder, that's trash. Why are you keeping trash? And you'll see eventually. Oh, and you know what, real quick? Let's look at our crafting and see what it takes to make a furnace. Alright, so we're going to need 20 copper ores and 25 stones. And we've got 20 stones so far. The hard part is going to be getting the copper at this point, but, you know, that can... We'll get there. Let's go ahead and turn in. I've gained a level in foraging, so my axe proficiency has gone up. That means that the trees now drop seeds. And when the trees drop seeds, of course, that means that you can plant them and have new trees. So you can do that on your own farm, and I think your farm is the only place you can actually plant new trees. Otherwise, they have like a specific place where they spawn. You can chop down trees in certain other areas that aren't your farm, but you can't plant, if that makes sense. It's just a new tree will pop up where you chopped one down. Okay, so I learned how to craft wild seeds, and I learned how to craft a field snack. And that is going to be something that I can, you know, just hurry up and make and then eat to boost my energy level if I want to keep working. And I've done too much over the course of the day. Okay, so we're back up to 500 gold. Fortune teller says the spirits are happy. And it looks like it's going to be sunny tomorrow. Okay, so sounds like it's raining. It is raining. Which is nice, because that saves me time. I don't have to go and water everything now. And just for giggles, I'm kind of clearing out as much of this down here as I can. I'm going to let these sapling trees right here grow to full size. Because once again, I'm going to want as much lumber as I can possibly get my hands on for the first year of this game. Okay. So I've done my clearing. I'm going to put this stuff back up. Let's go see what other kind of trouble we can get into. Now, it takes a couple of days to really, you know, fully get into the swing of things with this game. But once we kind of fall into a little routine, there's going to be some interesting developments. Oh, new book! Let's take a little walk through this wooded area. Now, I happen to know this just because I've played through this game a bunch, but it's a Wednesday, and that means that the general store in town is closed. So I'm not going to be able to go get seeds unless I go to the big Joja Mart grocery store. Now, if you remember, that is the corporation that we worked for in the very beginning of the game that was crushing our souls, so nobody really wants to shop there. Instead, we prefer to shop at the locally owned small family grocery store. Social commentary, anyone? Alright, so I'm coming through the woods and I have found this weird tower over here. Let's see what this is about. Now, it's about to unlock, is what it's about to do. Because it's only 8:50. Most people unlock their doors at 9 a.m. But apparently not this guy. Okay. Forgot about that. kind of have to trigger a little event to be able to get to meet him. But that's where the wizard lives. And he is a strange individual, but has some interesting stuff that you can do with him. So once again, there's this river that runs through the entire forest. A lot of fishing to be done up there. Down here, there's a little abandoned house that might have something interesting happen to it later. A couple of little islands. And then we're back to the other side of the woods. Now, like I was saying earlier, if I was to chop down any of these mature trees over here, a new one would eventually start growing in its place, but it would take a really long time. So I try to, only deforest down here when I have to. Because it is not the fastest way to generate wood. But if you're in a pinch, it's okay to come over here and, like, maybe chop down a couple of trees and get the amount of wood that you need. Alright, so yeah, there's really nothing to forage over here just now. Hey, Lewis. Yep, planted some crops. Thanks for asking. Ooh. Love going through garbage. It's the story of my life. Oh, now here's a person we haven't met yet, but she's messing around in her room, so we'll just come back later and see if we can say hey. Obviously, I can't go in there yet because I haven't even met her. Another little side note about this list of people is that the single people are people that you can possibly eventually have a romance with. Which, of course, you achieve by giving them gifts until they really love you, and then there's another step you have to go to, and you can actually propose to them and get married, and they will move in with you, and you can start a family if you want. Okay, I think I'm gonna head up here. It's always kind of interesting to do the initial introducing yourself to everybody step, because, they're people. They wander around town all the time. It's hard to pin them down at times. This is the Joja Mart that we haven't been in yet. Big corporate grocery store. Whatever. You come over and talk to this little manager dude, and he'll offer you, like, a membership or something. Yeah, he just repeats the same thing. Ugh. No, don't want membership. You can buy stuff here, but it's more expensive than it is at Pierre's. And, why not support them instead? Of course, you can do the corporate representation thing and get a light and wallpaper and blah. Who wants to do that? Boring. So we'll just keep our business over here with Pierre. And once again, his store is closed today. I can go over here and look at the bulletin board, but I won't be able to go inside. Now notice there's a little exclamation point on here. That is somebody asking for an item to fulfill a little quest. So Elliot, the guy that lives on the beach, would like for me to bring him a Joja Cola. Apparently for a taco. Which would be a gross taco. I'm not going to accept that because it actually costs 75 gold to get a can of cola. And I don't really care that much about making him happy right now. So I'm just going to leave that be. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you can only take the quest that you want. It's a real laid-back system. I tend to leave all of the all the quests and all the, like, getting to know people and all those steps. I save that for the second year, because my first year I try to spend farming and upgrading my house and getting buildings as much as possible. Let's see here. I'm gonna come over and toss these little horseradishes in there. Make a little money off of those. Just put some stuff up. Let me run down to, well, I don't know. I'm just basically killing time right now until my crops, or at least my first round of crops, mature tomorrow. Remember, we planted parsnips, and they take 4 days to mature, so we should be seeing those tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or the next day. A good place to go also to meet people is at night, you know, after 5 p.m. It's good to go to the little saloon, pardon me, because a lot of people just hang out there, and it's a good place to find them if you haven't met them yet. Alright, so that's another one off the list. Little girl named Jazz. She is Marnie's niece. He's just here to make sure all of Marnie's business needs are met. Keep that in mind, folks. There goes Emily on her way to work. Emily lives here with her sister, Haley, who we haven't met yet. Oh, she thinks my clothes are horrendous. Okay, so Haley is kind of the girly girl of the town. She loves flowers and pretty things and gemstones, so she's another one that's fairly easy to get her to like you. She's also easily offended, so you have to kind of be careful with her. I wonder... Oh, it's just them so far. I don't think we've met Penny yet. Let's go looking for Penny. Penny is Pam's daughter. There she is. Penny is Pam's daughter. And she kind of acts as the local teacher. She lives up there in that little trailer with her mom. And you'll see her pretty much every weekday with Vincent and Jazz, the two little children. And she'll bring them over to the museum and they read. And then she'll bring them down here and they'll play. And she walks them home most of the time. So it's kind of easy to get her routine down. Ooh. Just found a geode. That's why it pays to look in the garbage cans, you guys. Just, you know, in private. Oh. This is a minecart that's out of order. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if we can't fix it up somehow. Alright, so Clint's blacksmithing hours are between 9 and 4. So tomorrow, I will be able to come back and give him 25 gold to break this open and see what's inside. Check this real quick one more time. See who I'm missing. I don't know where these guys are. I haven't even seen them yet. They usually wander around all the time. I guess because it's raining, everybody's indoors somewhere. Ooh. Let me take a leak. Alright, so we did meet Demetrius and his wife Caroline. And Sebastian, who lives down here in the basement. With all the cool posters and, you know, board games. My man. Alright. Up here is Maru's bedroom. We haven't met her yet, but she's not going to let me in because she doesn't know me. So I'm going to have to find another time to talk to her. And there goes Linus back to his tent. I like to take this back way sometimes because it is a place where some forage goods show up. I'm going to try to take out some of these trees and clear a little path to that mountain trail up there, just for easier access. The good thing about eventually upgrading your tools is that it takes less time to do things like chop down a tree. Like, for instance, I think with the basic axe, it takes 10 chops to knock a tree down, and about 5 to do the stump. And it takes less wax, you know, with every upgrade. So that saves you time, it saves you energy, and then you can do more things with your day. Which I thought was just a, you know, it's a really neat mechanic in games. Okay. Let's do our little routine of tossing stuff in the bin, putting the stuff in storage. I'm gonna start keeping the tree seeds, such as pine cones, maple seeds, acorns, and I'm gonna start keeping those in case I need to, you know, plant new trees eventually. Also, I did get a crafting recipe for a field snack, and it requires one of each of those seeds to make one. So we're just gonna, you know, kind of stock up on those for when we need field snacks further on down the line. And since it's dark and I'm pretty low energy, and I'm probably not going to accomplish anything else with my day, I'm going to go ahead and get out my watering can for first thing in the morning and go to bed. I've been talking and my coffee got really cold. Ugh. Hate that. Alright. Ooh, we've got a Living Off the Land show today. Let's see what it tells us. Another tip for y'all. Check for spring onions southwest of town, where the river meets the ocean. You can sometimes find a whole bunch growing right out of the dirt. Well, that's good, because we can sell those. And the spirits are in good humor, so I might find a good amount of them if I go down there today. Once again, it's going to rain tomorrow, so I will not have to water everything. Oh yeah, looks like it's going to take this one more day to mature. Okay, so you plant the seed, and then after that, it's 4 days to mature. Okay. And there's everything watered. Okay. Fill that up for tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, more like it. Toss that back in there. And we'll set out to town and see what's going on. Now, the store will be open today, so I can run on in there and get some new seeds, and we can diversify our crops. Let's see. You know what? First, before we go to the store, let me show you what they were talking about spring onions. Okay, so that's Leah's house. And then if we follow the river down here, we come to these little bridges where we can come back down to that corner of the forest. And my God, would you look at all those onions. And that looks like the only patch of them so far. So we can come up here, and it's a good idea to keep an eye on this area throughout the springtime because they do pop up a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and grab up as many of these as I can get my hands on. Now, since this is kind of our first experience with a crop type situation, let me explain the little star on this one onion. This is a higher quality onion than these. Notice how this is like, if you eat it, it gives you plus 13 energy, plus 5 health. This one is 18 energy and 7 health. So it is higher quality, and higher quality means it's going to be worth more. So this is a silver star one. You also have gold stars, which is really high quality. And then, I think in the last update, they introduced purple stars, which are like super high quality. If you have like cooking to do with vegetables and stuff like that, you're going to want to not use these because these are going to sell better for you. So you're going to want to use whatever plain old vegetables you have and sell the high quality ones for more money. So since I went and harvested those, I can come in here and sell them to Pierre and get my money in hand right away. So I've almost got 1,000. Very good. That'll get us plenty of seeds. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get as many cauliflowers as we can, because those are going to take the longest out of any of these seeds that we get. These are going to take the longest to grow. So we might, let's see, it's the 4th. We can do one round now. That'll be ready on or about the 17th, right? Yeah. Because if I plant them today, they start growing tomorrow, and then they'll be ready on the 12th day. So before we go home and start planting these, which we are going to need to do, you know, pretty early on in the day, I'm going on walkabout. See if I can catch anybody I haven't introduced to. Okay, so this is the doctor's office, and I'm going to come behind the counter so I can talk to Meru for the first time. She is the daughter of Robin and Demetrius, Sebastian's half-sister. And she takes after her dad being real scientific and, you know, real hardworking and interested in everything. So she's a real curious person. Nope, I accidentally clicked on the garbage can. Obviously it has dirty syringes and stuff in it. So let's not put our hands in that. There's Harvey again. He's wanting to talk to me about cooking, which, shut up, Harvey. Hopefully now it will acknowledge that I have met him. Yeah, there he is. Who else am I missing? Oh, Pierre himself. That's who that is. I thought that was Harvey. Oh. Yeah, I didn't walk around the counter and talk to him, which is why it didn't, quote-unquote, introduce me yet. There we go. Formally introduced. I'm gonna go in here for a second just to see if his daughter is around. Yeah, she's in her room. Gonna have to wait for her to come out to talk to her. But they have an interesting house. Because there's daughter's room, here's mom and dad's room, of course the kitchen up here, and then they have this little church area built into their house, which is an altar to, you know, the little fictional god that these people worship. And I think on Sundays you can find some people gathered up in there, you know, for services. But as for right now, really nothing going on. Haley is into photography, so she often goes up to the park if you're ever looking for her. That's where she might be. And then I want to come down here into this house, because I haven't met the teenager who lives here. Ah, he's in his room. This is Sam. Sam is the little punk rocker. And he, oh, sorry. I'm trying to not sit on my foot until it falls asleep. Yeah, he's one of the single people that you can, you know, get to know. But once again, I'm going to have to wait for him to come out of his room before I can even talk to him. Aggravating. It's always a good idea to hit the beach and see what seashells have washed onto the shore overnight. Because you can sell those for money, of course. Oh, over here, you'll find a little broken bridge. If you click on that, it'll tell you that you can use 300 pieces of wood to fix that. That's a lot of pieces of wood. And in the meantime, you're also going to be needing wood for home upgrades and for building farm buildings. So I like to not do that one right away, and kind of save that for later when I don't need the wood as urgently. Alright, there goes Mom again. You still rocking out? Here he comes. Okay, let me introduce myself to him real quick. Sam. Right, that was lame. Let's go see if the purple-haired girl, Abigail, has come out of her room yet. Sometimes you'll see townspeople in here shopping and you can chit-chat with them. Yeah, she left her room, but now I don't know where she is. Dang it. Well, this is where past experience can come in handy, because I happen to know a couple of places that Abigail likes to go hang out. So I'm going to look there for her. All the way up here. There's Demetrius outside staring at a plant. Oh, there's the basement dweller. Well, Abigail is not in here. I think she likes to hang out with Sebastian. They are similarly gothy. Sometimes you can find her over here, inexplicably dancing and playing a flute. Just right over here in this little area. But she's not there still. So I'm just going to grab this forage and head back to the house, plant my cauliflower, and then make another trip into town to see if I can finally finish the quest by meeting one last person. I think. Yep, it's down to her and the wizard. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have to meet her before the wizard will even talk to me. Clear a little more space. Get a little more lumber. Alright. Yay. Man, a lot of pine trees here. I'm gonna need to diversify just a little bit. Okay, so there's my sellable stuff. Go ahead and till 11 spaces for my cauliflowers. Oops. Just keep running into them green beans. Grab out the watering can. Oh, one of the things I love about this game is you can hit this little button and it'll organize everything into a, you know, logical progression of things, which, like, I'm all about that. Oh, and another new little thing that they added for this update to the game is that you can change the color of your treasure chest to kind of color coordinate them, or color code them, kind of help you remember what's stored where. Because eventually you'll have enough stuff that you'll want to, like, have several different storage areas, you know, several different little treasure chests to put your stuff in. And you can coordinate them to, you know, show what's in what. So, why not? Let's make this black. Just for giggles. Come down here and water our cauliflower. Alright. Back to town we go. I promise this game gets way more interesting within, like, the next 20 minutes. It's just this first couple of days is kind of a grind. Okay, well, sometimes the teenagers like to hang out at night over here in this little, you know, game room at the tavern. And honestly, you can buy cola out of the cola machine, which, you know, waste of money. But you can also play these little video games, which are like a fun little time sink. Just to show you, this little shoot 'em up game is kind of fun. I have... Whoops. I was gonna say I have years of playing The Binding of Isaac to thank for, like, being okay at this style of shooter. But as I said, as I was about to say that, I died, so never mind. I am still a loser, despite my years of experience. By the way, that is, I know that The Binding of Isaac is a pretty popular game on Twitch. So if anybody is interested in seeing me stream that game, I would be happy to if there's any interest in it at all. Because that is literally one of my favorite games of all time. And it is kind of the thing... Well, unless I have, like, a current game obsession, it's the game that I go to, like, every day to kind of unwind and relax after work, or, you know, just kill time. And it has been, like... My god, how old is that game? I've been playing it since it came out. Almost every day. I'm not doing too bad here. Now. I was at first. Aw, yeah. Machine gun. Oh well. I don't know what those little coins do, but apparently it's good to collect them. You apparently get some kind of, like, reward for, beating or doing well or whatever at these two little arcade games that are here in the tavern. I've never actually done that. I've never actually dedicated that much time to these. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know how interesting this is to watch, but maybe we'll give that a try. Oh no! Oh geez. Oh crap. Alright, one more little dude and I'm done playing this. I just wanted to show you what it was like. Ooh. Take that, nerds. Oh no! Oh, hey. I mean, I'm not trying to spend all day doing this, but I also don't want to suck at it either, so, you know. I promise I'll stop doing this soon, because I will get killed any second now. Haha, dummies got stuck in a corner. Okay. Now what? Oh, I guess I have to kill those. Haha. Who dis? Oh, wow, you can buy stuff. I've never gotten to this round before. Cool. I wonder what that little star icon I have does. Guess we'll find out. Ooh, little boss monsters. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, yeah. Woohoo! Oh no! Oh, man. Almost got that power up, but apparently if they drop on those little red entry borders, you can't pick them up. That is made of poop. Okay. I probably just need to go ahead and, you know, off myself because this is... I'm getting way too into this and this is probably super boring to watch. Like, I am so sorry. This is so addictive. Can't help it. Really? Just kill me. End it now. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and quit doing all that nonsense. Here's another little game. Oh, it's got a key to it, though, that you have to unlock, so we'll keep that in mind. A skull-shaped keyhole. Oh, I forgot who I was looking for. Still her. Caroline's home is... Abigail, come out of your room! My God! Do you ever do anything else? Fine, I guess I'll have to meet her tomorrow. Irritating freaking starting quest. I didn't have anything to put in there. Alright, I'm just gonna call it a night. Yeah. Get a little bit of money for some stuff that you can find on the beach, but not a ton. Yay, it's raining again. You can always tell when that sound happens first thing in the morning. So today we have grumpy spirits, so I probably won't have the best of luck. But it will be sunny tomorrow, which means I'll have to water my plants. Oh no! Get out of here, turd! Oh. Our team members have removed the landslide caused by our drilling operation near the mountain lake. I'd like to remind you that our drilling operation is entirely legal, bloggity bloggity blah blah. Responsible stewardship of the local environment is our top priority. Sure thing. We apologize for any inconvenience this accident may have caused. As always, we value your continued support and patronage Love some buttholes over at the big corporation. Okay. So, in other words, junk mail. Woo! I've just completed a quest by cultivating a turnip, or I'm sorry, a parsnip. So once you do that, you can come into your little quest log, click the quest, and claim the reward by clicking on it. So now I have a couple of new quests. I need to build a chicken coop, and I need to reach farming level 1. So let's go ahead and harvest all of these lovely parsnips. And instead of putting them in my bin up here, let's just walk them into town and sell them so we can turn around and buy more seeds. Always keep an eye out for those little wiggly worms. It's where you can find treasure. Alright. Let's head on... Oh, too early. Come on, I'm trying to get the quest. Stop. Yeah, the only problem with this bulletin board is it's like really ambiguous as to where they want you to click. Ooh. Penny wants a catfish. Unfortunately, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to catch one with my current fishing rod, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that up. But that's the kind of quest you'll get from people. That's the kind of quest reward you'll get from people. And, you know, it's a good way to make money and gain their favor. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Alright, so I'm going to kind of wander around until 9 a.m. because that's when the store opens. So this is a good time to go check out the beach, grab up any seashells or anything off of there, off the ground that might be laying around. And always make a little extra money that way. And because the spirits are displeased today, of course, I find nothing. Crappy luck day. Let me see about getting a fish. Rainy days are good times to catch fish. Just like in real life. Sometimes you'll drag up some garbage, you know, various things that you don't, you know, have no use. Algae, weird stuff like that. It won't always be fish. Oops. Ooh! Now, you see that thing I just dug up is a prehistoric rib. I mouse over it and it says that Gunther can tell me more about it if I donate it to the museum. So anytime you get something and the description is Gunther can tell you more about this, you'd want to take it to the museum and donate it. Because obviously it's not an item that you have already donated yet. That's a good way to keep track of, you know, things that are still able to be turned in. So here's Gunther crying about nothing being in the museum. And you show up to save the day. Yep, remarkable. Very old. Blah, 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 blah. He wants you to donate artifacts and minerals. Yep. So anytime you need to donate something to the museum, you just walk it up to the front desk, talk to him. You'll have the option to donate to museum. And then you can pick it out of your inventory and just stick it anywhere in here you want. I kind of like the idea of this little central area being like a ancient artifacts table. So let's just start off putting, you know, a fossilized rib on there. So you notice that when I did that, oh, never mind. I thought there was a reward available. Sometimes when you donate stuff, he'll give you a reward, which is usually an item that you can use to decorate your house. We found a book on foraging. The local woods and mountains are great places to find wild produce. A good forager will clear out any weeds, stumps, or stones from these areas so the produce has plenty of room to grow. Expert foragers know the secret to cultivating wild foods so that it can be grown on the farm. Isn't that amazing? Yes, I suppose so. Ah, there we go. Here's a book by Marnie. Animals are very sensitive. They like to be pet every day and prefer to eat grass outdoors than dry hay indoors. They don't like being outside in the rain, though. Happy animals produce higher quality products. That's a good one to keep in the old back pocket for when we finally get enough resources and money to build a chicken coop and a barn. Do. So let's see Pierre real quick, and I can sell him my parsnips. Now look at how much that pile of parsnips goes for. $560. And then the higher quality one. Let's go ahead and sell these daffodils while we're here, because it would be nice to pick up some additional seeds. Now what should I get next? Kale takes 6 days to harvest. Potatoes take 6 days to harvest. Let's get a limited amount of kale. Well, 10 kale. And a couple more potato seeds, just for good measure. Oh, I forgot to see if Abigail was home. I swear to God I'm going to break this door down if she doesn't come out soon. Holy crap. Oh, by the way, this is the 24-slot backpack that was advertised to us earlier. Let's go ahead and see how much that costs. So for 2,000 gold, I can buy this upgrade, and it will unlock this second row of backpack space. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that just yet, but that'll come in handy, so I'm going to do it as soon as I possibly can. Now let's talk to our girl, finally. Yay! Abigail's really cool. She's one of my favorite characters. She really loves to eat, and she really likes you giving her gifts that she can, immediately throw in her mouth. And that's my kind of girl. That is me AF. Alright, so we're just going to head back to the farm real quick, plant the seeds that we picked up. We won't have to do any more tilling just yet, because we still have this nice blank space still ready from when we harvested the parsnips. That's nice because it just saves you a little bit of time and energy. So there we go. A couple of potatoes, some kale. We've got cauliflower growing. We've got our beans. It's looking good so far. Okay. Run in here. I am actually going to save this soggy newspaper and this green algae. There we go. Once again, because it will actually benefit me to have a whole bunch of garbage at one point. Let's plant a couple more trees. Why not? Oh, really? Wow, you cannot plant tree seeds on the light green area. You can only plant on the dark green grass. Very interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that then. The more trees, the better. Just like in real life. Alright, so I've met everybody. What does my journal say now? I have to give someone a gift. Even though I've already done that. I know. Let me go Let's go searching for something that would be a good gift for somebody. Now, obviously, I sold all of my cultivated parsnips and everything, but there's always stuff to forage, like out in the woods and stuff, so I can go look down there and see if I can find something that'd be a good present. Oh, and there's also another thing down here I want to show you, because it is Friday! On Fridays, this weird gypsy woman shows up with her pig-drawn buggy thing. And she sells usually really expensive goods, but it's stuff that you normally can't buy in stores. Like, for instance, this bruschetta that we don't even have a recipe for yet. And crystal fruit, which is normally only available in wintertime. And beets, which aren't available until the second year of farming. That kind of thing. So every now and then she'll have some cool furniture, or such as a rare seed. Now you'll notice in this, you have to sow it in the fall, and it takes all season to grow. What I like to do is stock up on those every time I see them and have the money to buy them, and then just keep them until fall. So that's the weird gypsy lady and her weird little pig wearing a fez and sunglasses. And she shows up there every Friday, and I think you can also catch her there on Sunday afternoons before she leaves town. Alright. I'm gonna go look for more onions real quick down here. There's a couple. Now, I did get the bulk of them the other day, so they'll kind of slowly grow back in that area. But at least there was something. I mean, it may be a crappy gift, but at least this qualifies as something I can give somebody as a gift. So, here, I found this on the ground. Enjoy. Move. Oops. Get a little thrown off sometimes because, oh, look at that. It's an ancient seed. Gunther can tell me more about that if I donate it to the museum. So let's go over there and let's donate it to the museum. Maybe he'll give me a present. Yeah, and anytime nobody's looking and I'm passing a garbage can, I will reach in there and see if there's anything good. I found a damn gold bar in there one time. Like, it is worth it. Hello, friend. I'm gonna take this seed and put it right here, and now I have a new reward. Let's see what he's gonna give me for doing that. Ooh, I get an ancient seed and a recipe for ancient seeds. So once I collect that, it poofs away, and I have a new crafting recipe. So now if I find any more of those ancient seeds that I dig up, I can turn it into something I can actually plant. So let's go, just for giggles, let's go plant that at the house. And in the meantime, now Lewis isn't home. We'll look around for somebody that we can hand an onion to, and thereby complete the gift quest. Ooh, I wonder if Shane likes onions. Oh, I already gave him a present. Oh, I guess I tried to give him two. Whoops. But anyway, that quest is now complete because I gave Shane a present. I get 100 gold, and the store is closed at this point. See, Pierre is no longer at the counter, so I can't buy any more seeds just yet. But I am going to go home and spend some time chopping down some trees, and plant this ancient seed. Let's just go ahead and put that right there. Alright. Let's clear out these light green areas of forest. And I do need to cut down some maple and oak trees also, so I can get some of their seeds. So, of course, let's get all this good stuff. Definitely want to clear out the plain dirt areas, because that's going to be the only farming area that I have. And eventually my farm will get big enough that I will need to expand that little patch that I'm growing in right now. Oops. I was wondering why that wasn't working. Come on, man. Give me some seeds. I'm sick of getting pine cones. Jeez, Pete's. Boop. Alright. That seems good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that, like, 10-cent onion in there. It's gonna be so lucrative. And put all this stuff up. It is gonna be sunny tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's get the watering can out and go to bed. Yay! Level 1 farming. This means that I'm more proficient with my watering can and the hoe, and I can make that scarecrow and complete that other quest I had going. So, and I can now craft fertilizer, which is going to help me make, grow better quality crops, therefore more money-making crops. Oh, and I learned how to make a survival burger, which I think I need a kitchen to make, but whatever. Yeah, there we go. 8 gold. Big deal. Better than nothing, I guess. Alright, let's see what today's fortune is. Annoyed spirits. And clear and sunny day tomorrow. Let's see what kind of mail we got. Haha. I'd like to apologize for joking about your grandpa's old cottage when we first met. It's a really nice little house. However, you might need some more space someday. That's where I can help. If you bring me some raw materials and pay a fee, I can expand your house. The first expansion I offer includes a kitchen. With a kitchen, you'll be able to cook any recipes you've learned. So, that should be one of our first objectives, is to get enough materials and enough money to expand our house to have a kitchen. Go ahead and water everything. I'm gonna come down here and chop down this tree just so I can see what's behind it a little bit better. Alright, and as soon as I'm done chopping this tree down and watering real quick, I am going to adjourn for a quick bio and cigarette break, as I have just hit the 2-hour mark on this broadcast. But I will be coming back. I'll just leave it on pause for just a second, and I will be back with you guys very, very shortly. In the meantime, if you're watching, feel free to leave a comment. Do me a favor and let me know if you're interested in seeing me stream any other games. I can always take that into consideration if I have them. And I'm just going to park right here for a second, and I will be right back, folks. And we're back. I hope that you used that intermission to do something productive, like make yourself a sandwich. Because if you did, and you made an extra one, I sure would like a sandwich. Just FYI. Alright, let's put away this nonsense that we just grabbed up. And got everything watered. Let's start trucking into town, seeing what we can do. So I need to build a forge, I need to raise animals, and oh, I need to build a scarecrow. That's something I can probably do already. Let's take a look at the recipe. So there's my scarecrow. I need 50 wood, 1 coal, and 20 fiber, which I'm pretty sure I've got all that. So, let's go ahead and get a coal, the fiber, and the wood, and build us a scarecrow. Now you'll notice that when I first had those parsnips prop up, there was a crow munching on one of them. So in order to avoid that, I'm just going to slap that guy right there, and he's going to protect this whole area from being chewed on by crows. Very helpful. Now, another cool thing in this game, one of the collecting aspects, is that there are 6 different scarecrows called rare crows that you can get or buy at different junctures in the game. And I think there's 6 of them, out of which I believe I've only seen 5. So there's some rare crow out there that I haven't gotten. Maybe we can find it together. Alright. Let's get a little bit more wood just to make up for what I just used. And I did get some maple seeds, that's nice. Gonna try to build up a little stockpile of those. Ah, now here we go. Pelican Town Community Center. Oh, hi there. What's up, Lewis? What an eyesore. This is the Pelican Town Community Center. Oh, I'm sorry, Pelican Town is the name of the town, not Stardew Valley. It used to be the pride and joy of the town, always bustling with activity. Now just look at it, it's shameful. These days, the young folk would rather sit in front of the TV than engage with the community. No, guilty of everything but being young. Okay, but listen to me, I sound like an old fool. Joja Corporation has been hounding me to sell them the land so they can turn it into a warehouse. Pelican Town could use the money, but there's something stopping me from selling it. I guess old-timers like me get attached to relics of the past. Ah, well. Poor old Lewis. If anyone else buys a Joja Company membership, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. Ah, well, here, let's go inside. Now remember, we were offered a Joja Company membership, so we certainly don't want him to sell this cool old building, do we? What's this? I guess Vincent and Jazz must have been playing in here. I guess he's talking about this thing. This place is even more dilapidated than I remember. Whoa, what the hell? There's apparently an apple waving at me. What's the matter? Are you ill? Like, no. Pretty sure I saw a green apple waving at me. You saw something? I wouldn't be surprised if this place was full of rats. Or dancing apples. Now he just thinks I'm fucking with him. Oh, pardon me. I'm worrying. Oh no. Look, I need to head home. I need some lunch. Alright, peace out. Hey, I'll keep this place unlocked from now on. Maybe you can help catch that rat if you have some extra time. A little round green rat. Okay, so let me come back in here real quick. I just want to see what this place is about. So we've got an old fish tank looking thing, an old bulletin board, an old safe, old furnace and barrels and pipes and weird stuff. There's a weird little hut. On this side, there appears to be a kitchen-y looking area and a little room down here. And what's this? Where did he go? Oh, it is, nonsense words. Okay. Well, I'm sure that was worth seeing. Let's head back out of here. Alright, well, I've got 400 bucks to blow at the store. Let's see what they've got today. Da-da-da-da. What have I not planted yet? I haven't planted any flowers. Let's go ahead and get a couple of those. Let's do 5 and 5. And let's just grab up a whole bunch more parsnip seeds, because those are pretty cost-effective to grow, and they come up real fast, so we can keep our cash flow going pretty well. Another thing I wanted to do was come up here and walk up the mountain, because I don't think I've done any foraging up there in the past couple of days. Maybe there's some stuff laying around on the ground that I can grab and sell. Oops. Alright, so I'm just going to make a quick little circuit around here. Got old Linus over there staring. Oh, hey, look. This got taken away. Okay, so we can now access this side of this little river. Obviously, there's a cave here. Let's go see. I was just peering down into this old mine shaft. It's been abandoned for decades. Still, there's probably good ore down there. But a dark place, undisturbed for so long, I'm afraid ore isn't the only thing you'll find. Oh, snap. Here, take this, you might need it. It's dangerous to go alone. Alright, got a rusty sword now. Nifty. His name's Marlin. I run the Adventurers Guild right outside. I'll keep an eye on you, prove yourself, and I might think about making you a member. Cool! So here I am in this cave. And because I'm weird about it, I'm going to go ahead and take this rusty sword and put it at the very front of my inventory. Just out of curiosity, let's descend and see what's down here. Alright, so we just have a bunch of rocks that we can mine. Oop, get some coal out of these. Now, early on in the game, oh, there's a path down. I like to save up as many of the rocks as I possibly can, because you do need them for construction in certain applications, but after you get to a point where you have a surplus of them, you can sell them, and they're not worth much, but it is a little bit of extra income. Oh, hey. Oops. Ow. Yeah, when slimes hit you, they can slow you down a little bit, so you kind of want to avoid that happening. Let's see here. You see those purple stones sometimes have gems in them, so I went ahead and busted that and got an amethyst, which Gunther can tell me more about, so I can take that to the museum and put another little display up. Well, I'm gonna leave here, just because there isn't a whole heck of a lot for me to be able to do yet. I can kill a couple of slimes. But I don't have any inventory space yet, so even if I do find anything cool, I'd have to get rid of something in my inventory to scoop it up. for instance, this crystal. Now, just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and throw away all that stone and pick up this crystal, just because it's another thing that I can take to Gunther. Ooh, what's that? Oh, I found a carving knife, which is a level 2 dagger. But it doesn't have the range. Here, let me just show it to you real quick. It doesn't have the range that that sword gives me. It is quicker, but it's going to take a real long time to kill anything, and in the meantime, it might kill me. So I'm going to go ahead and take that back out and keep that crusty sword. I'm not going to keep that at all, but I am going to get rid of this coal, throw it on the floor, and take this topaz, because once again, another thing I can take to the museum. So now my bags are good and full. I'm going to get out of here and head to the museum. But first, I want to come over here. And this must be the adventurer guild that guy was talking about. Now, only proven adventurers can get in. So let's see what he wants us to do. Oh, he wanted us to go to level 5. Maybe we can try that tomorrow. Okay, so if we get on 5 levels, we complete that quest. And maybe he'll open up that Explorers Guild building for us. Cool! Alright, so let's head back. Take the back road back down to the farm. We can plant our flowers and our parsnips, and then we can swing back to the museum. Because I'm pretty sure the museum's open a little bit later than everything else. I do see that, but I don't have any room for any more inventory. Oh, I completed that one. Okay. Ah, there's a... Dang it, I'll come back for that. Maybe it'll still be there tomorrow, if I don't make it. Oh, wow! Okay, this is the first farm that I think I've seen forage materials actually growing on, so... That's a cool little perk of this farm. I like that a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oops. Pardon me. And again, with the sneezing. Pardon me. Ah. Okay, so... 1, 2... Dang it! I keep hitting areas I'm not trying to dig. Alright. So, 5 there. 5 here. Oops. 2... And over here, 3, 4... And I can kind of just slap these turnips down. There. Okay. Let me water everything real quick, and then we'll head to the museum and see what Gunther has to say about these gemstones I found. Now, the first time you find something like that, you always want to take it to the museum first. And then later on, you can, you know, once you acquire more in the future, you can sell those ones. But the first round of them, you always want to donate to the museum, because you might get a present in return for your donation. And, oh, I already checked those garbage cans. I don't think I got Lewis's, though. So let's go ahead. Yep, nothing. Willie likes to fish in the river in the evenings. You'll see him over there a lot. Alright, so let's hurry up and run in here. Oh, no, it's only up until 6, dang it. I forgot the hours. Well, we'll have to do that tomorrow. Now, here's Clint heading to the saloon. Because don't tell anybody, but he's secretly in love with Emily. And he goes there every day just to, you know, be around her while she works. Which is a little bit creepy if you ask me, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so I found one of those little bubbly areas where I could catch a fish, and that's all well and good, but I have no energy left, so I probably ought to call it quits for that. Because every time you cast your line, it's a little bit of energy spent. And if I go down to 0, I start moving so slow that it would take me forever to get home from here. So we definitely don't want to do that. And honestly, I'm going to go in here, and instead of selling that fish I have that I just caught, I'm going to stick him in there. And just save him for later. Oh, you know what? I have time to run up here and get these couple of things off the ground. I think there was a horseradish up here. Mine. I shouldn't have been carrying my watering can with me all day. That kind of impeded my inventory a little bit. Oh, you know, I forgot whether or not it's going to rain tomorrow, but who cares? I'll find out in the morning. And we'll sell those. Just for a little tiny bit of income. Alright, now remember, we looked at the calendar on the general store, and it said that Sunday, the 7th, is Lewis's birthday. So, let's come up here and get through all of our TV shows. The Queen of Sauce is a show that comes on periodically that will teach you how to make a recipe. So this week we're learning how to make stir fry. It's a perfect way to get some healthy greens on your plate. Saute the greens with a little sesame oil, make sure to add plenty of fresh ginger and garlic, and breathe deeply. That does sound good. So now you've learned how to cook stir fry, so when we have a kitchen, we can actually get to cooking. Alright, the spirits are perturbed today, so it won't be all that lucky of a day. And it's gonna be a little windy tomorrow, but still sunny. Let's see. My sources tell me you've been poking around inside the old community center. Why don't you pay me a visit? My chambers are west of the Forest Lake in the Stone Tower. I may have information concerning your rat problem. Mr. M. Rasmodius, wizard. Alright, well I guess it's time to go meet the Wiz. Oh, look, we have potatoes. This is our first batch that we planted. And unfortunately we only got 4 out of it, but you know, it's better than nothing. Let's go ahead and throw those in the bin to sell them. And we'll have to come water all this stuff. Now, eventually... Oh, see that he's scared off one crow. You can click on your scarecrow and they'll tell you, like, how well they're doing at their job, just so that you know whether or not you've put them in a good, you know, location for keeping your crops safe. Anyway, what was I about to say? Dang it. Oh, eventually you'll be able to upgrade your watering can to a point where you can water multiple spaces at one time. So that really saves a lot of time and energy. Because by the time I'm done here, like a third of my energy bar is going to be gone. Maybe a little more than that. There we are. And I'm going to go ahead and water these spaces too, in case I swing by the store and pick up a couple more seeds. Put my can back. Oh yeah, I have to go see the wizard. But first, because I believe he opens his doors at 9, gonna run around and do a little foraging, maybe stop by the store and sell this stuff, and get a couple more seeds. Swing by the house and plant them on the way back. And I'll probably hit the museum too. Just get those out of my inventory. Oop, not 9 yet. Okay, tell you what, I'll come down here. It'll take me long enough to get to the museum. By the time I get there, the doors will be open. And then I can head back to the store, and they'll be open by now. Ah, I wish I'd have thought to get that geode I had on me, because I don't think I've taken that to, Gunther yet. Or not Gunther, Clint. Okay, so I've got these 3 items I can donate, so I'm just going to start up here and make a little gemstone display. And I get a reward for that. So I talk to Gunther again, I collect my rewards, and I get cauliflower seeds, which is awesome because that'll be worth a lot of money. So now I don't have to, you know, buy more of those just yet. Oops. There we go. And you can have all my daffodils and dandelions. Alright, what do I want to do now? I don't see any wallpaper or flooring that I'm into. Don't need to buy any spring onions. Don't need any cooking materials. Let's see. Do I want to get... Yeah, I do. I'm gonna get some potatoes. You just want to keep planting stuff, you know, throughout the season. Up until a point where it won't have time to mature or grow all the way before the end of the month. So early in the month, it's good to... Or early in the season. It's good to just plant as much and as much of a variety as you possibly can. Alright, so since I had potatoes over here already, I'm gonna just kind of put some more down. My garden's getting a little unruly and, you know, it started out in such neat little rows, but it doesn't stay that way. Oops. Damn it. Ah, the controls can be so wonky on this game. Okay. So there's those. Let's get the watering can out. And now we'll still have plenty of time to go meet the wizard. Oops. Lovely. Okay. Refill real quick. Go chunk this back in case we find some good forage out there in the forest. And let's go. Tra la 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 la. I love this game. I really do. This is one of the more compelling games of this genre I've ever played. And it's really impressive because I'm fairly certain that this game was created and produced by one guy. Just one guy did all the programming, all the art, all the music for this. So, way to go, dude. Alright, so our lady over here has some really cool stuff, but none of it is anything we can afford. But once again, I just wanted to show you the kind of things that she'll occasionally have for sale on a Friday afternoon. Or on a weekend afternoon, more like. Because it is Saturday. Alright, here we are at the Wizard's Tower. What up, homie? Ah, come in. I am Rasmodius, seeker of the arcane truths. Mediary between the physical and something else that I click too fast to read. Master of the 7 elementals. Keeper of the sacred... You get the point. Okay. Anyway. And you? Sarah. The one whose arrival I have long foreseen. Creepy stalker. Here, I'd like to show you something. Zip. No, never mind, sorry. Behold! Oh. It's a green apple. Yep. You've seen one before, haven't you? Yeah, that's the rat. From the community center. They call themselves the Junimos. Mysterious spirits, these ones. For some reason, they refuse to speak with me. Maybe it's because you look like a ding-dong in that hat. I'm not sure why they've moved into the community center, but you have no reason to fear them. You found a golden scroll written in an unknown language. Most interesting. Stay here. I'm going to see for myself. I'll return shortly. Boop. Cool. Oh, God. Okay. Hi. Yep, he found it. The language is obscure, but I was able to decipher it. We, the Junimo, are happy to aid you. In return, we ask for gifts of the valley. If you are one with the forest, then you will see the true nature of this scroll. One with the forest. Whatever do they mean? Sniff, sniff. Is he doing a Donald Trump impression now? Aha! Come here! Alright. Dunk your whiskers in this. No. My cauldron is bubbling with ingredients from the forest. Baby fern, moss grub, caramel top toadstool. Can you smell it? Can you smell what the whiz is cooking? Here, drink up. Let the essence of the forest permeate your body. This sounds like poison. I don't trust him. No, apparently I do trust him. Okay. Well, apparently becoming one with the forest is a lot like having the flu or something. Okay. This is the lamest vision quest I've ever seen. Oh, spoopy floating trees. Oh my goodness. I think what he really gave me was peyote. But you know, I wouldn't know for sure. You've gained the power of forest magic. Now you can decipher the true meaning of the Junimo scrolls. Huzzah. Alright, see ya. Get the F out of there. Hey, while we're down here, let's go see if there are any more onions. Hi, Leo. Would you like a dandelion? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Leah's an artist and sculptor. Yay. Oh, yay. Alright, so there's some onions. Dandelion down here that I want, dang it, there we go. Interesting. Let's go back into town, see if we can hit the store and sell this stuff before it closes. And then go up to that community center and see if we can read that little golden whatever it was on the ground. The Junimo what's-its. Oops. I apologize if the stream is coming through kind of, laggy at points. I'm pretty sure my roommate is in the other room eating all of my bandwidth, so yay for that. Okay. So we knocked that stuff out. What was the next order of business? Oh yeah, we need to go up here. Take a quick look in the park, see if there's anything I can... nope, just Haley. Alright. Oh, there goes the little dude. Alright, so this is the first step in the whole community center plot of this game. Alright, so if you look at this little tree, we have different bundles that we pretty much offer to the little forest spirits in exchange for stuff. So if I'd actually held on to all that stuff that I just had, I could have filled in some of these slots. So basically what you do is you just like plop one of these items into each slot, and then when you fill it, you get a little reward, and it checks off one of these little bundles. When you complete all the bundles, the reward happens, which is bridge repair. And that's referring to the bridge near the Adventurers Guild. So let's just take a look at what we've got here. We've got our spring foraging bundle, construction bundle where we have to gather all that stuff, fall foraging, summer foraging, winter foraging, and exotic foraging. Now, there's a whole bunch of options of stuff that you can use here. You only have to use 5 out of the 9. Okay, so now that we know that, we can keep in mind some items that we can bring up here and put into those slots and see what we get in return. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So now, while I've still got a little bit of energy and daylight left, I'm going to come up here. Ah, shoot. I forgot that it was Lewis's birthday. Oh, well. Like I said, on the first year of playing through the game, I try to avoid, you know, all the personal interaction aspects and spend more time making money, because that is going to help more in the long run and will actually leave you with more time to cultivate your friendships with the townspeople in the future. Alright, so remember, one of my goals right now is I need to get 20 of these little copper ores. And if I do that and combine it with some stones... Oop, cave carrots. I will be able to create that furnace that I can use to smelt ores from now on. Now, the great thing about cave carrots, which is something that I found in one of those boxes that I smashed with my sword, is that when you're down here in the cave and you're, you know, busting rocks up and getting all exhausted from it, you can actually eat these to gain a little bit of energy and health back. Which is great, because there are creepy crawlies down here that will boop me and cause me pain. Now, in the cave, you can bust up these big boulders with a smaller or less advanced pickaxe, but it takes a while. So it took a lot of energy. I'm going to go ahead and eat a cave carrot to regain some of that back. I might as well eat all of them. Because I'd kinda, if I can, I'd kinda like to get to level 5 of the cave before I go home. There we go. Now, this is a randomly generated cave system. It's different every single time you come in here. The good thing that they've thought to do, which I thought was pretty clever, because you do get, like, kind of rewards based on your advancement through the cave, is that every 5 levels, you will come across an elevator shaft that you can use to skip to that next level. So if I were to get to level 5 and then leave here and come back, I could use the elevator to skip levels 1 through 4 and just go directly to 5. So that's helpful. You see these little crates, I like to break those just in case they have treasure in them. And honestly, there's not a heck of a lot I can do with this slime yet, and I have plenty of wood, so I'm just going to use get rid of some inventory to be able to carry some stuff that I can sell for pretty decent money. Now, it is getting kind of late. I know it's 9 o'clock because in this game you will quickly learn that you have to keep an eye on the time pretty much at all times. But there I go. I just made it to level 5. You hear that ding. Here's the elevator. So I can travel between the first level and level 5 really easily. I'm just going to kind of look around in here and see if there's anything good. Nah, there really isn't. Alright, I'm starting to feel exhausted. Now, when it says that to you, you have got to stop what you're doing and go home and rest. Or eat something that'll actually return some of your health or energy, because you do not want to get stuck this far from home moving at a snail's pace because you've exhausted yourself. So I know that if I leave around then, basically I have about until, let's call it 10:30 to walk from that cave back to my house. So I need to keep that in mind going forward, that if I'm in the cave, I need to start hoofing out of there to make it home in time, to get to bed at a reasonable hour so I don't suffer for it the next day. Alright, so I've already donated a quartz and a amethyst, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those in there and get some money out of them. I'll come in here, stack my stuff. Actually, I'm going to take those geodes out, because I kind of want to take them over to Clint now, and have him bust them open the next day. So we're going to call that a day and go to bed. Now I've learned how to make cherry bombs. Those come really in handy when you're in the caves. There we go, starting to make a decent amount of money from our produce and our mining. But those cherry bombs, what you do is you make them, you plant them, run away from them real quick because they'll explode and take out a small-ish radius of stones around them. So that actually helps you not expend too much energy just using your pickaxe all the time. It's actually a quicker way to advance through the caves. So anyway, Marlin sent us some mail that says, I see you've been exploring the old mine. You've got the adventurer's spirit, that much I can tell. If you can slay 10 slimes, you'll have earned your place in the Adventurers Guild. Be careful. So that's a new goal. We need to go into the mine and kill some slimes. Now another something from Robin. I know there's a lot of stone scattered around your farm. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve as convenient places to refill your watering can. Just swing by my shop with 75 stones and 1,000 gold when you're ready for it. Okay. Well, we happen to have a little pond right here, so I don't know that we'll necessarily need that, but that's good to know for the future. Let's get to our watering tasks right away. Alright, now with our farm being this big so far, or at least the growing area that I've established right here, it's gotten pretty large, and it's kind of tiring to water the whole thing. So I think this is where I'm going to cap it. I think this is about as much space as I'm going to use for the springtime planting. So what that means is that if I acquire, or if I wind up buying any more seeds, I'll just wait until I harvest something and then replace it with the seeds I have. I mean, I could conceivably, you know, expand out in this direction and keep going down to the south, but like I said, it would get really exhausting to water all of it right away, and it wouldn't leave you much energy to go do any other exploring. And the other exploring is what makes the game really fun. At least to me. Because exploring is kind of my jam. Okay. So, let's throw that in there. And now, now that we're not buying a whole crap load of seeds every day, that gives us some time to save up money to get that backpack expansion. because that'll allow us to, you know, grab even more stuff out of the mines, do a lot more without having to go home and either drop stuff off or sell it. It's just really convenient to have extra space. Oh, good. Okay, so I found another fossil that I can take to the museum. But first, what I'm going to do is drop by and see Clint so he can bust open these geodes. And those geodes that I'm carrying just might have stuff inside them that I can donate to the museum. Oops. Let me go up here first. Check his garbage, because I'm a nasty dumpster diver. And then we'll get about doing this. Cool, and see, it's already something we've never seen before. So now we have 2 things we can donate to the museum. And all you have to do is pick up the geodes out of your inventory and just click them on the anvil. Jeez. And, he'll bust them for you. Alright, now you notice sometimes they have, like, mundane stuff, like just stones or some coal. But most of the stuff, the thunder egg, the vertebra, the calcite, and the granite are things that we can donate to the museum. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's put the thunder egg up there, the calcite up there, and the granite up there, and then we'll put the vertebra down here. Cool! And we get a new reward for all that. So, let's see what Gunther gives us. Ooh, it's a sloth skeleton. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Okay, well that's one of the more rare items that you can pick up, I think. So that's kind of cool. We can go put that in the house and display it, kind of personalize the space a little bit. But, before I go home, because it's real early in the day, and I still have some energy left. Oop, let me click on this real quick. I'm gonna go try to kill those 10 slimes. There's no way I'm doing that today, but, I can definitely make progress towards it, because remember that, that elevator is a thing. Ah, dang. I keep forgetting they're only open at noon. I was gonna go in there and see about getting some food. To help me with this energy situation. But maybe I can find something laying around on the ground that I can eat. Oh. If I see somebody along the way, I'm just going to hand them this daffodil, because I don't necessarily feel like carrying it throughout the caves. So I'm just going to come over here and give it to Linus. Because he's sweet. He really appreciates everything you give him. Most things. I mean, unless it's like something insulting. I accidentally gave him a piece of bait one time. You can, at some point, make bait for your fishing rods. And I accidentally clicked and gave him bait instead of the present I was trying to give him, and he got real mad. He was like, "You think that just because I live outside, I want this garbage?" I was like, "Dude, my bad. Did not mean to do that." Oh, real quick, let's pause and take a look. Aha! I could make a cherry bomb. Now, that did eat up some of the ore I was carrying, because it takes 4... Oh, it's a Dougie. Oop. There we go. Oops. Now, of course, you start out with a super, super weak weapon, and, oop, you know what? I can eat that algae for a little extra health and energy. Use them resources. Okay. Go. But yeah, you definitely get better, you can buy better weapons, you can find better weapons. It's just, you know, takes forever to kill something right off the bat, though. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get rid of the stone that's in my inventory, because I actually want to start saving those up. The bug meat is something that you can make fishing bait out of, that I was talking about a minute ago. And that'll really come in handy when you really want to start ramping up your fishing efforts. Of course, I want to get as much copper as I can possibly lay my hands on right now, so I can make that furnace and start smelting stuff. I'm saving that cherry bomb I have, like, for a instance where there's a bunch of rocks all grouped together real close and I can destroy them all at once. My god. Where are you, ladder? There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's another crystal that I haven't found before. Maybe I'll wait. And, no. Alright, let me marinate on that for a second. But here, let me just plant this down here and show you what the cherry bomb does. Boom! There goes everything in a small radius of it. So it's a real good way of, like, trying to find, like, if you're looking for the stairs down, you know, to the next level, it's a good way to, you know, quickly bust a lot of rocks. You have a better chance of finding it then. Yeah, I'm going to be chucking stuff that doesn't sell for as high, just because we're in the phase of the game right now where we're really running as much money as possible. Alright, starting to get tired. But check this out, I just got a cool drop. So I'm going to throw something out of my inventory, and I just picked up rubber boots. So you actually have a little, you know, equipment areas down here. So I'm going to grab those boots, put them on, and that gives me strike immunity. So that'll save me a little bit of health when I'm fighting uppity monsters. It was dark in this cave. Ah, God, if I go one more space down, I'll be at level 10. But okay, so it takes 2 energy to hit. Oh my god, look, there it is. Haha! Yay! Level 10. So you get a little present after you go 10 levels down. And I think every 10 levels is like that. Oh, and of course... Here, let's throw those out real quick. There, that's more like it. Now, these boots are better than these boots. So I'm just going to swap them out. And I'm going to get rid of that slime. And then, because slime isn't really useful until later. Then I'm just going to come down here and see if there's any slime monsters I can kill towards my goal of killing 10. Oop. And there's 2. Oh, wow. I did it! Okay, so let's go down there, and then as soon as you go up the stairs, you have the option to leave the mine. That'll just take you directly out to that little stair area. And then I can come out here and walk over to the Adventurers Guild. Alright. So let's just take a look. Yeah, we've cleared that quest line. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Pardon. Now, this is the guy that you can buy armor and weapons from in various rings. Now, these tend to not be the best thing ever, so they're not really worth wasting money on. But every now and then he'll upgrade to better weapon. Oh my god. I'm getting mauled by a cat. I'm sorry. Sally, please. And he'll buy, like, equipment and stuff like that that you find in the mines. Like those rubber boots, so I can sell those for money to him. I could buy a better sword, but do I really want to sink that much money into it? I don't think I do. Okay. There's Gil. Let's see what this thing is. Alright, monster eradication goals. Help us keep the valley safe. So I've killed 21 slimes so far. I need to kill 1,000. 8 out of 125 cave insects, 1 out of 30 duggies. Hey, Angel! Good to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, these question marks are little monsters that I haven't come across yet, so obviously I'll have goals to kill various amounts of monsters here. So when you do that, you come see old Gil over here in the rocking chair, and he'll give you... I have a cat's face in my mouth right now, I'm sorry. Gil will give you a prize. Alright, so if I run... Oh, shoot, yeah, it's after 6. The blacksmith's store closes at 4, so I can't go over there and have him open up this geode just yet. But I can do that in the morning. And I've got a couple of little things to sell, and I've got more than enough copper ores to go ahead and make a furnace. So that can be one of our things. Oh yeah, I do apologize for the occasional lag that the feed is experiencing because there is another person in my house using up bandwidth. Let's sigh. Okay. So let's get in here. We'll put away the coal that I found. And what did I need? I needed stone and copper. Let's go to our crafting menu. And look, now we can make a furnace. Yay! And that completed a quest. So I'm going to put my leftover materials back. I'm going to establish a nice little place for this. I'm going to put it right there. And I happen to know that it takes 5 ores and 1 coal to get something out of that furnace. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put our sloth skeleton right here. That's kind of cool looking, isn't it? And there's that. And yeah, there is literally nothing else I can do without, like, exhausting myself beyond repair. So let's just check the journal. I already did that! Okay. Yeah. Good deal. So, oh! Look, it happened already. That was quick. So that's another quest down. I don't guess there was a reward for that one, but at least I can throw a copper bar in here. Go ahead and grab out my watering can for the next day. And what did the weather look like? I forgot. Partially cloudy, and whoops, that's not what I meant to click on. Oh, okay, I didn't watch Living Off the Land today. So let's talk fences. Fences are useful for keeping weeds at bay and protecting your crops. They also let farmers contain their livestock. Fences break down after a while, but stone, iron, and hardwood fences last a lot longer than basic wood. Good to know. Alright, so let's tuck in for the night. Alright, just a little bit of money, but it's going to add up quickly. Especially once my crops start popping up out here in the garden. So today, it looks like we have spirits and good humor, and it's going to be sunny tomorrow. Do our watering. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's ready to harvest for a couple more days. I think in a few days we'll be able to get our green beans. Huh, so my audio's staying pretty steady, but the visual is skipping out? Weird. Huh. Okay, well, this could just be a problem with the stream, but I do apologize for that. It's kind of... don't really know what I can do about it. Probably a whole lot of nothing at this juncture. Yeah, here's hoping the YouTube upload of this winds up not having any skips in it. And if it does, sorry, YouTube viewers. Alright, there's all of our laborious watering is done. I can put up my watering can for the day. Come over here and grab this leek. Anything else over here? No, it is an absolute mess down in this area, but that's okay. We'll get around to clearing it eventually. It's just not going to be our primary focus right now, because we have bigger and better things to do. Okay, so I'm basically going to head back into the mine, and that's going to be my daily routine for a few days. Go to the mine, kill some monsters, get some loot, get some gemstones, get some stuff I can sell, and then go home, get up, and do it all over again. And that way we can build up enough money to get us this backpack upgrade, which will make exploration even easier and more lucrative. Gotta spend money to make money, you know? Here, I'm gonna give this flower to Alex. I like that there's like a male and female version of each, like, each of the archetypes they have in here for the single people. Like, you have a goth, and then you have, like, an artist and a writer, and it's just kind of funny. A jock and a rocker. A girly girl. Pretty cute. Alright, so we got some more, well, at least that's one more copper bar that we can smelt. Don't have anything to deliver to the museum, so we'll just make our way up to the mines again. See what we can see. Honestly, I probably don't need to carry this axe around everywhere. I should probably put that up just to free up some inventory. I do like to carry the hoe and pickaxe, of course pickaxe when you're mining, but the hoe and the bamboo pole, because, oop, speaking of hoe, oh, found some clay. Because occasionally, like every 10th level, you might find a body of water that you can go fishing in. So, that might be helpful to have in the mine. The axe, however, completely useless. Oh well, I don't have time to walk it back home. Alright, so let's take the elevator down to level 10. And now we can get to 11. Alright, got some good ores down here. Got some slimy enemies. Oop. When you're in a cave and it gets that weird, like, foggy tinge to it, I guess, you're going to be inundated by flying monsters, insects, something of that nature. It's just like a little warning sign. Oh, so many flies. Oh god. Oh, not my butt. My God, everything is trying to kill me. Yeah, combat combat in this game isn't the most nuanced thing ever because you'll notice I stop moving when I swing my sword. So there isn't, a lot of dodging or, maneuvering you can do. But like I said, they kind of offset that difficulty by giving you better weapons eventually and making it easier to, kill all these little critters. Alright, there we go. And this here is why I like to bring the hoe with me. Because you can actually dig in these little patches of dirt that you find and find useful things. Like, you know what, I'm going to get rid of these fibers because that's a dime a dozen. You find things like these cave carrots, which help you keep your strength up so you can keep exploring. So that is why I carry the hoe into the mines. Alright. I'm not breaking any stones because I know pretty much all the cave layouts because I've been playing this game for so dang long. So I know that there's going to be a ladder over here already. And I don't have to go digging for one. Also, another thing you're going to want to keep an eye out for when you're in these mines is if you see tracks like this, you very well might find a minecart. And where there's a minecart, there might be a whole minecart full of coal, like this one I just found. So, as early on in this game, everything is all about inventory management and prioritizing. I'm going to get rid of the clay I'm carrying to pick up that earth crystal and get rid of the stone because I can find those anywhere to get that coal. Because once again, that's a resource I need. Okay, so now we have... Oh, and notice this. I found a scroll that I can take to the museum. So that's a fun thing. Ooh. Found a purple rock. And I kind of live on a forest farm, so I'm going to throw away the wood because I can find that anywhere. I don't need to go to the cave specifically for that. See what I mean? It's just like a constant process of prioritizing, if you find something better than what you've got at this point, just throw away the lesser of the two things. I mean, you really just want to focus on getting that money. And killing them critters. These are Dougies, by the way. These are one of the things that were on old Gil's list at the Adventurers Guild that he wants me to kill for him. To help keep the valley safe from monsters. Alright. Boop. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, crap. Oh, God, why? Oh, no, don't hit me. Don't touch me! Look at this. Oh, man, that was close. I almost got killed. Because I'm stupid and I didn't take any food with me, which would have helped my health situation. But I do have a pretty good haul. It's too late for me to go down to the museum and drop this off, so I'll just take that in the morning. But I do have a couple of things I can sell and a couple of things I can What was that? Donate. Just out of curiosity. Ah! I'll come back for it. I have enough time in the day. That's an artifact that I'll be able to donate to the museum. It's like a compulsion. I can't see those little worms on the ground and not dig them up. I have to know. I have to know what's there. Alright, so the topaz is really the only thing I want to sell right now. Let me go put the rest of this up. Keep some bug meat, and of course the coal. And I'm going to take that to the museum, take that to the blacksmith. But, notice I have enough copper to smelt another bar. So I'll let that cook while I'm out gathering up this other stuff. Oh yeah, George, thank you for reminding me, Angel. One of my viewers just reminded me that George, the elderly gentleman in the wheelchair in town, loves leeks. They're like his favorite thing ever. So if you want that grumpy old dude to like you, just take him some leeks and he'll be happy. Take a leek. Ha. To George. That's a weird way to make friends. But it works, I guess. I'm gonna shut up now. Yeah, I'll just swing by and pay a friendly visit to my favorite elderly couple in town. Oh, no, I don't want to eat that. I want to give it away. There we go. Hey, buddy. Yay! See, he says it's his favorite thing. And then he turns around and talks about how it's a gloomy day. What are you going to do? He's a grumpy old man. The game throws you these occasional little cutscenes that help you get to know your neighbors a little bit better. Just kind of show you who they are as people, which I think is really neat. Grr, sounds like those raccoons are back again, filthy varmints. Here I come. Ah, you turned up at the right moment, miss. Could you do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare off those raccoons for me? They've been causing a real mess. Sure thing, buddy. Thanks. Make sure you give them a good scare so they never come back. Well. It was me. I'm sorry. It's okay, Linus. I do it too. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff that will go to waste if I don't take it. Ahem. Do you think there's something wrong with what I'm doing? You can say yes, it's disgusting. No, it's a shame for food to go to waste. Yes, it's illegal. No, but you should get a job. Well, I'm going to not be an a-hole, and I'm going to say no, it's a shame for food to go to waste, because that is God's honest truth. Thanks, I knew you were an open-minded person. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm not harming anyone. Good for you. You're all right by me, Linus. You can go on home. I promise I won't rummage in George's garbage can anymore. You could tell him you scared the raccoons off for good. This is cute. This is why I like Gus so much. Wait. I know what you were doing, Linus. Oh. If you need food, just ask. I don't want anyone in Pelican Town going hungry. What a sweetheart. Here, I've got a basket of zucchini fritters for you. Just make sure you dip them in my spicy marinara. Go on, take it. Yeah, Gus is one of my favorites. He's a nice fella. Oh, ow. Oh. Viewers, I'm getting snuggle attacked by a giant orange cat, so I apologize for any purring and donking sounds you might hear, or me squealing from him clawing into me, because that's a thing that he also does. Hello, Murray. Yeah, Angel, I'm not really into, like, walking around giving random minors on the street presents either. That's a good point. Plus, they're real jerks. Like, you can find something that you really think one of those kids is gonna like, and you give it to them, and they're like, ew, ew, chocolate cake, ew. And you're like, oh my god, what? You're 5. Like, this should be your favorite thing on earth. What's your problem? So yeah, I generally don't focus much energy on you know, buttering the kids up real good. Oh. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna try to evict this massive, pointy, fat cat off of my lap. Oh my god, get down. Oh, wow, you're fat. Okay, go to sleep for the night. Oh, yay, I got a combat level. That's nice. So I get 5 more hit points, and I learn how to make a sturdy ring. Let's wake up and look at that recipe. Woo, big haul that day. You know, Linus is one of my favorite characters in this game because he's my wish fulfillment. Like, he lives on a mountaintop far away from other people and has no use for material possessions. I can jive with that. I kind of like that about him. Yep. Luck will not be on my side today. I clicked too fast through the weather report. Okay, it's not gonna rain. And you'll notice that the Queen of Sauce is a rerun. I'm just gonna make sure yeah, we already learned how to make stir fry. Okay. So let's get out. I just like to leave, anytime I can, I like to leave the furnace going, smelting a bar of some sort just to maximize on the time. Yay! Hello! You see this cat here? Speaking of orange cats, I found it sitting outside the entrance to your farm. I think it's a stray, poor little thing. Oh, get that out. God, get out of... Idiot! I'm sorry, my actual IRL cat just, like, ate a piece of paper. Oh, I think he likes this place. Hey, you don't think this farm could use a good cat? Yeah, I'll adopt this cat. And I'm gonna name him, since, he's orange, like the cat that was just on me. I'm gonna name him Murray, after my real cat. There you go. There's little Murray. Alright, so now I have a farm cat. Yep, and it looks like some of my parsnips have grown up, so let's go ahead and harvest those. Oh, the Scarecrow's doing a good job still, even though I didn't mean to check with him. I didn't mean to check with him. Oh, Angel, you make a good point. Viewer Autistic Angel says it's a good thing this game doesn't model carbon monoxide poisoning, because having this furnace in here probably wouldn't bode all that well. To which McMaster replies, yes, there would be zoning issues with that. Or maybe construction code is more like it. Oh, and one thing you want to do when you get your pet is just interact with them every day, so that they learn to love you. Not that I know that that has any bearing with... Oh, I keep forgetting to get my watering can because I'm talking. Not that I think that there's any real benefit to having your pet love you, but, you know... Who doesn't want that? Tra-la-la. Alright, let's refill the watering can, and round 2. Fight! The only problem with this being like a top-down view kind of situation is that it's really hard to see behind the scarecrows, trees, and whatnot. Sometimes you plant something behind a scarecrow and then forget about it like all season until... I'm just gonna throw some water on here in case I find any extra seeds. Okay. Because remember, sometimes when we beat up these little bushes down here, like that, you'll get seeds. for free. I like free things. All right. Got a good amount of them, too. Oh. Yay. Yeah, I think it's really neat how you can find forageable stuff on this particular map. The farm layout. I think it's pretty handy. Oh, let's just pop that in here real quick. Get that back out because I want to sell it. Alright, now let's make our... Oh, forgot to put some stuff up. And I'm going to go ahead and dispense with the axe for now because like I said, I'm going to be spending a little bit of time in the mines just trying to drum up some money real fast. Because that is the way to do it. But first I need to go donate some stuff and get that geode cracked. I haven't been down to the beach in a little while, so maybe there's some seashells down there at this point. Alright, buddy. Got this thing. And one of these. Oh, wait. I believe... Yeah, I want to put that there. For reasons. Alright. So got that stuff cleared out. Let's go move it, Abigail. Get this busted open. Ah, cool. Another new thing. Oh! Got some melon seeds that I forgot to pick up. Okay, so let's go ahead and donate. Dang it, now I have to take those back to the house. Cool. Oh, now that looks like a really interesting way to kind of up the difficulty on this game. Viewer just pointed out that you can do a no GMO run where you never buy seeds and rely entirely on what you scavenge and make with seed makers. Which eventually in the game you can craft a seed maker. You put like a fruit or vegetable into it and it will give you seeds back, which is an interesting. Maybe I'll try that on one of my subsequent farms. And also, apparently, people don't use the shipping box and only sell things to the vendors in town, which is another cool little idea. Just kind of add another little layer of difficulty. Yes, down with the Joja Corporation. They're evil. Evil, and they're trying to kill this poor little town. Alright, now these seeds here, I'm not going to plant them because they are summer seeds. You see, it takes 12 days to mature in the summer. So at least we'll have those for the first day of the next season. We'll have them in storage. They'll be easy to just grab out, and we won't have to run to the store first and get them, which will be nice. Let's see here. And now I'm gonna... I'm going the wrong way. Trying to take a shortcut and it backfired. Oh, squirrel. One of the things that I like about this game, because I'm like a big animal rights wuss, is that like I like that you don't actually hunt the animals in the town. You see like little squirrels and little critters all the time. And you don't kill any of them. And I really like that. You just kill, you know, monsters. Just like God intended. Boop. Oh! That means when you hit a rock and it does that, it means it's not really a rock, it's a crab. Of course, you can only hit him when he's coming at you. I'm gonna be so... Ah, I knew it! I was gonna say, I'm gonna be so pissed if he doesn't drop anything. And he didn't. Jerk crab. Gotta get that copper. Oh, come on. I just want the stairs. Oh, God, that's funny. Not to give too heavy of spoilers for anybody that hasn't played this game yet, but, eventually you'll get to a point where you can raise bunny rabbits. And one of the goods, that you need to donate to the community center at one point is a rabbit's foot. And you're like, where the F do I get that? So then you start raising rabbits, and apparently their feet just fall off sometimes, and they don't care. And you can pick it up and, you know, do whatever with it. And that's, you know, kind of freaky. I've never seen a rabbit lose its foot and just be like, oh well, I'll just grow a new one. Whatever. Alright. Oh, Dougie, what's up? There we go. Irritating little things. Oh god, I hate these. Why do you take so long to kill? God. Alright. Just make sure there's nothing... Oh, you know what? While I'm here, and while these guys are present, I'm just gonna beat up as many of them as I can. Because they're one of the things on the board at the Adventure Guild that you actually don't have to kill very many of them to achieve the goal. I think it's like 30 tops. Yeah, 30 I think is the actual number. But once you kill 30 of those Dougies, you get a reward. And they're mainly found, like, I believe in, levels 1 through, or I'm sorry, yeah, maybe 5 through 15. I don't think I've seen them before that. Maybe I have. What are you talking about if you shake a tree or something? I wish I had some food on me. Let's see. I can break just a few more rocks. I wonder if I can make any... I can. Alright, I'm gonna make a cherry bomb. I'm gonna make 2 cherry bombs. Screw it. Living large. And... find somewhere good to deploy that bad boy. Ah! Get out of here. Well, there really isn't a great spot for this cherry bomb. Ah! Okay, maybe down here. Yeah, definitely down here. Alright, I'm just gonna pop that right there. And, of course, nothing. Crap, now I can only use cherry bombs to, break rocks. I don't know, I can probably break, like, one more rock. So I'm just gonna... Why not? Oh, no! Crap! Ah! Ah! Dang it, I picked the wrong rock to break. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. It's getting late anyway. I need to go. Yeah, it's back to the rabbits thing. I've literally never seen a rabbit, you know, that like either gives wool, which is a thing that happens, like you get wool off of your rabbits in this game, or just kind of lost their feet and regenerated them, like a never-ending supply of lucky rabbit's feet. Um, yeah, I don't know that the guy that made this game has ever actually seen a rabbit, or certainly doesn't understand how they operate. That is a good point. Okay. Watering can. Cool. I already pet my cat today, so that's fine. Alright, slowly but surely we're building up to that 2,000 that I want to achieve. Get that backpack expansion, because that's when the game really starts cooking. Woes from crows. Sounds like you need a scarecrow. Placing a scarecrow on your farm deters crows from a pretty good distance. Pardon me. Make sure you protect your valuable crops. One more thing. Need a bigger backpack to hold all your stuff? Check your local general store. Well, no joke. Oop, we've got happy spirits. Which is nice, because we might have better luck with these crops that just came out. That's good. Missing. I lost my favorite axe. If you find it, please return it ASAP. I'm having a tough time without it. There's 250 gold in it for whoever finds the thing. Well, that sounds lucrative. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we had a couple... There's our beans that came out. Yay. And that looks like all of that. Oh, actually... The kale is also ready to be harvested, but I need to get the scythe out to do that. Okay. Now I'm just basically looking for those free seeds. There we go. Now these little things here are like pre-sapling trees. And even though I just knocked one down, I'm going to try pretty hard to not do that so that those can grow to maturity. And thereby provide me with more lumber. Yay! Yeah, that's good enough. And you know what? Now, I think with my first level in farming, I can make my own fertilizer. All I need is 2 sap. So I'm gonna make... Let's just make a whole bunch. Just kind of toss that out here. I'll pick it up in a minute. But you'll see what I can do now is lay down fertilizer before I plant my stuff. plant it on top of the fertilizer, and that will actually make better quality crops, or at least a better chance of the product being higher quality. Oops. Hate it when I accidentally water something twice. Oops. Wasn't keeping an eye on that. Alright. Yeah, I don't even feel like messing with this little area yet. Maybe if I find more seeds later, I'll deal with it. I'm just going to throw that fertilizer in here along with that sap because I'm going to want to save that up as much as I can in order to make as much fertilizer as I will eventually need. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in there because I don't really feel like going to the store. Oops. I always forget right out the gate that it's easier to go up this side of the mountain to the cave. You know, let's run and do that real quick. Let's go looking for Robin's axe. Because I imagine that one would be using an axe in the forest. So that's probably where we should... Oh, hey, it's the kids. Ew, it smells. Why is it locked? I want to explore the sewers. I think Gunther has the key. I'm giving these kids irritating voices because they're irritating kids. Professor Gunther, the man who runs the museum? Why do you think he has it? I saw a big rusty old key fall out of his pocket one time. A creepy sewer door like this has just got to be a match for a big rusty old key. Why don't you guys shut up and go away? Yeah, there you go. There's something moving around in there. Yeah. Oh my god, no, there really is something in there. Okay. Yes, let's move on. Alright. You remember one of the very first Living Off of the Land episodes mentioned that we should probably keep these forageable areas clear from weeds and stuff so that the stuff has room to grow. So anytime I'm out here and I see weeds, I'm going to start whacking them, you know, and leaving room for more stuff to grow. Some more onions. Oh, look at that. It's an axe. Cool. And now I can return it to Robin on the way back up the mountain. Okay, it is afternoon right now, which means the tavern is open. Which means I can go there and buy some food. and possibly make my next trip into the cave a somewhat longer trip. Now that will be tomorrow because it's getting too late in the day for me to go up there and, you know, accomplish a whole heck of a lot. But I can have something for tomorrow. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want that just yet. Yeah. Throw it on the ground. Happy birthday to the ground. All right. I don't know why I went up there. Alright, so I'm just gonna toss that away real quick and throw down another seed. While I'm here, I guess I might as well. Oops. Wrong thing. Yeah, normally I'll keep the Joja Colas that I find for one or two of the different characters that really enjoy them. I think Sam is one of them, like my friend Angel here says. He might enjoy having one of those. But, like I said, my first... Especially in the first season of the game, I kind of like to focus less on giving people presents and more on just the farming aspect. Actually, I probably could have kept that. Because I forgot to go to the tavern and buy food. Oh well, it's too late now. I'm gonna run up to Robin's real quick and give this to her. Her lost axe. Oh, and I'm gonna pet my cat. Hi, Murray. Oh, dang it. There we go. Let's go give Robin her axe. Oop. Yay! Now I've got 250 more gold, and I am within reach of that backpack upgrade that I so desperately, desperately want. What I'm gonna do, I think, is come up here, spend a little time in the cave, and then hit the tavern on the way back down through town on the way home, because, you know, I'm up here, I might as well. Awesome. Alright. A lot of times, if I'm, like, you know, if it's getting a little late in the day, and I'm a little low on energy, I'll run to, like, the end of the cave that I'm in real quick, just to make sure that there's not a ladder going down, just hanging out already, you know, like that. Oops. Alright, and since I definitely don't want to put up with all these irritating insects, I'm just gonna, run in there. Okay. Oops. Ah, I hate these. Why do these keep spawning? It. It wouldn't be so bad if they just didn't get knocked back so dang far. Ah. I hate you guys. Oh my god. I'm going to die of annoyance before anything else. There we go. Finally. Oh my god. Finally. Sick of those things. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, this looks like a nice cave. Oh, well, that was easy. Just gonna grab up all of the copper that I can see in front of me. And I want this because those are worth money. Oh, okay. I'll take this one instead. Yay, and I hit 15. So now when I come back, I can start at level 15. Right, depending on how much those vegetables I sold this morning, depending on how much they go for, I might be able to get that backpack expansion tomorrow. So, let me just head on out, because I'm not really going to make much more progress tonight. And sell that thing, and see how we did for the day. Alright. Sell that quartz. Put up this nonsense here. I forgot to water something. There we go. And let's cook some of these overnight. Yay, I can now make a life elixir. Cool. Oh, wow. Look at that. Whee! I made lots of money. Alright. Oops. First order of business, get another one of those going. Today is going to be a fortunate day, and tomorrow we have the Egg Festival in the morning. Okay, cool. Yep, I heard about that already. Alright, so let's see here. Nothing has really matured except for my tulips. Yeah, I might as well harvest those. Why not? What the heck? I'm actually going to be a jerk and sell those tulips instead of handing them out as presents, because I am in money-making mode and not friend-making mode yet. Okay. Now, I think that when I go to bed tonight, here today, Friday the 12th, I think I might call it quits for the day for this stream, because I think around then I'll be hitting the 4-hour mark and my butt is starting to fall asleep. But I think we've made some good progress. We've done some good exploring. Pretty good intro to how to do things for those who may not have played this game yet. And we definitely have a good garden going. But we have one more day. Let's see how much we can pack into this day. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Angel. It was good to see you again. It's been a while since I've done this. I hope I wasn't too rusty. For anyone who may be watching, who may have been a fan of my my previous streams of a game called The Long Dark, I do apologize for taking a massive hiatus from doing that. They had done an update that kind of made the interface really wonky, and I wasn't really having a great time with it, and it made it a lot more difficult. And I kind of wanted to wait until they, you know, put the finishing touches on the update that they did to kind of smooth out the experience a little bit more, because I don't know if anybody remembers, but I had gotten in survival mode. God, I was closing in on 200 days, or something like that. I was really far ahead. And I kind of wanted to make sure that I would be able to continue on, you know, at the skill level I was used to playing at, so I wouldn't go out and get myself killed and screw up the entire save state. So I might be getting back into that sometime soon, because I have played The Long Dark a little bit more. I have spent a little more time getting used to it, and they did kind of polish some of the updates that Hinterland Studios made to that game. So maybe that'll be a thing. And yeah, that's a really good idea. Viewer saying that they'd love to see a stream describing the differences between the older versions and the newest version of The Long Dark, which I would be happy to do, because there really are a lot of improvements and a lot of cool things they've done with it lately. I wasn't real happy when they made the big changes at first, because, you know, everybody is resistant to change, especially me, because I'm like a cross between a cat and a toddler. Like, things change and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? But now I think I'm confident enough in what I've done with the updates that I can actually speak to the differences and the improvements. Alright, so I just got another little piece of poop looking mineral, so let me donate that real quick. No present for that today, but that's alright. Let's go up here. So yeah, Angel, keep an eye on our channel, and then maybe we'll be doing a Long Dark stream in the near-ish future. Okay, so quick question. Is this a good time of day for me to be doing this? Yay, finally got the 24 pack. Because I like to tend to do my streaming around noon, in case anybody wants, you know, is at work and wants to watch on their lunch break or anything like that. But if it would be better timing for me to do it in the evenings, so people can, you know, watch from home, just leave me a comment, let me know. You know, comment on our YouTube channel, which we have links to on our Twitch page. You know, feedback is appreciated, and so valuable. Alright, here's a little plot twist. I'm gonna keep... Ah, no. I'm gonna keep this... I don't know why I went there. I'm gonna keep this cola just for a little extra pick-me-up when I'm in the mines. It's not much energy and health, but it might be enough to keep me from, you know, overdoing it. I'm gonna plant this other seed. Awesome. Okay, let's head back to the mine for a couple more hours. And pet the Kiki. Oops. I have been playing Stardew Valley so much since the update that I think it's giving me tennis elbow. Because I have a computer chair with the arms on it, and just propping my elbow on it is really, you know, kind of have to have a pillow under there now because I think I've been overdoing it. I just get so overzealous when it comes to this game because it's so much fun to progress through the seasons and see what kind of different things each season holds and what kind of farming you can do, and, you know, this is such an interesting game. So well done. It's just really, really an accomplishment. Yeah, you see those little white grubs? I just killed a group of them. If you don't kill them before they, like, sit still and evolve, they'll turn into one of those horrible flying things that I hate so much. So I like to kill them as fast as I possibly can, as soon as I see them, so they don't start flying around and irritating the bejesus out of me. I don't know that there's... I just kind of want to progress through. If I find a staircase down, I'm not going to spend too much... Oh, no! Dang it. Ah! There they go. Hateful little flying pieces of turd. Ah! I hate you. Ah! Ah, jeez, I hate these. Luckily, killing those flying things does count toward a, one of your goals at the Adventurers Guild. I think just cave insects in general are a category that you need to kill a certain amount of monsters. So, I mean, they do suck, but at least they're counting towards a goal. Alright, look over here. Amethyst node. Jeez, that took forever. Alright, let's come down here and... Before you start flying around. There we go. Oh. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, whatever. Oh wow. This is a big level right here. Just from a glance I can tell. This is one of the ones that like goes around in a big spiral. With the staircase down generally being somewhat towards the middle. Oh man. These freaking bugs, man. Oh my god, if you guys kill me, I'm gonna be so mad. Ah! Oh no! Ah, of course. Well, at least now you can see what happens when you die. damn it. Okay, so my health went all the way down, and poor Linus heard me hollering, or something, and found me in the cave and brought me back. Now, oh my god, I forgot the last 8 levels of the mine. I lost 100 gold, and I lost 2 items from my backpack. Sweet. Well, at least it wasn't the one I could sell, but that's still irritating. Oh my god! One of the things that I dropped was my sword. That's never happened to me before. Well, at least I have money, and I can go over here to the Adventurers Guild and buy a new one. I probably needed to anyway. Alright. Old Guild doesn't have anything for me. Sometimes there's forage stuff down there. I like to just peek every now and then. Well, at least this is a better sword. I mean, I guess that situation could have been worse. But when you pass out from your health dipping down to 0, I think your energy also bottoms out. So at that point, you really don't have much of a choice but to go home and get some rest. Yep. Alright, let's get some more ores out. Pop them in the furnace. Come over here and sell that amethyst. And I think that's it for the day today. Alright, guys. Well, it is now 4 hours into the stream, and I think I'm going to call it quits. So thank you so much for tuning in. My God, I cannot appreciate you guys enough. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. We do streams of board games and video games, so if you're down with one or both of those things, come and join us sometime. And once again, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. And I will see you on the next installment when we tackle the second half of the spring and maybe go into summer and see what else that has to offer. All right, everybody, have you a great afternoon. I'll see you later. Once the game lets me. All right, here we go. Peace out, everyone.